and bands.co. All right, let me just do it.
Do what again? The intro?
Yeah.
Okay. Good morning, people. Good morning. It is Monday, the 30th of October. Welcome to TDA, the day after, your favorite news platform and the home of popular culture as defined by the culture. You guys know the vibes. As Marks always says, you are hosted by the best. And I am one of them, your favorite shade queen, my own royalty.
It's your girl, Just G, representing the fitness queens and the black queens. I've even done it wrong, but here we are. Ow.
Period, okay?
I got the order wrong.
I love it.
And they call me E-Man, the pro-black activist, TDA producer and news analyst. And of course, the melanin is jam-packed.
Always jam-packed. How was everybody today?
Very good, man.
Good, have a good weekend?
Mm-hmm.
I have an unpopular opinion, but I'm going to get to it in a second because I think there's an elephant to address.
Okay.
I would like to address a situation. So on Friday, of course, we announced that we read a message from Big Man Use that he was no longer going to be on the show. And I'm hearing, kind of seeing too, I guess, that some people feel as though it was out of order that, I don't know if they want like a segment dedicated to it. Sorry, the spirit and flesh again. Because what I really want to do is cuss people out, if I'm being completely honest and completely transparent. But basically, I think people felt a way that there wasn't like a monologues from everybody that followed that. The reason that I didn't think that was necessary was because we had a conversation with Yusuf off air, right? I think it's funny that people would watch a show and assume that they can say as a matter of fact what they think the relationships in the room is. Do you get what I mean? For me, there was no need for us to break down and dissect the message that Yusuf has sent. Do you get what I mean? Yusuf knows we wish him well. Yusuf knows that we miss him on the show, all that kind of stuff, because this is sentiments that have been sent to Yusuf personally in private messages. Do you get what I mean? So I didn't think there was a need to come on the show and have to just break down the message he has sent. Do you get what I mean? That he's sending a message, and that message was for the listeners. That message wasn't for us. That message was for the viewers, for the community that we have. Do you get what I mean? So I'm the people doing the whole, you're doing too much. Cut a long story short, you're doing too much. And it's highly, highly irritating. Do you get me? It's highly irritating to think that you can tell us what our relationships are with people in here. And I know that some of you don't believe that sometimes people just move on from things, because some of you don't know how to move on from things. And that is, you can see that in your relationships and whatnot. But sometimes people just move on from things. Do you get what I mean? So there was no beef, there was no nothing, there was no drama, there was literally nothing other than what it was that Yusuf told you in the message. Very stupid, man. Respectfully. Like I'm really trying. I've had a lovely start to my week. It's only Monday. It's not even 10 a.m. yet. But I've had a nice start to my week.
It was a good start, to be honest.
And all this nonsense is just irritating me. And I can't even try and sound professional. It's stupid. It's stupid for you to ever think that you will ever be able to, you ever know more about the things that go on with TDA than the people involved in fucking TDA. Anyway, good morning to everybody. Good morning indeed. Here's my unpopular opinion. So brunches, right? You know, bottomless brunches and stuff. They've been a thing for like years now. Like I've been brunching since before COVID and whatnot. It's been a thing certain restaurants have been doing and whatnot. But obviously, currently it's a trend. And so a lot of restaurants that are not made for bottomless brunches are adding bottomless brunches to the menu and whatnot. Here's my unpopular opinion. Black people, as we know, make things cool. Like they make things, trendy and whatever. And obviously with TikTok, people do a lot of bottomless brunches reviews and stuff.
Yeah.
So my thing, this is my issue now, is that a lot of establishments that don't necessarily like black people are getting in on this whole bottomless brunches thing. But when black people go there, the service and the way we're treated is absolutely crap.
Yeah.
So I think moving forward, I have decided I think I'm going to boycott bottomless brunches from certain establishments that if my spirit doesn't take to it. Yes. I love a brunch. You guys know I love a brunch. But I think the places I've been to where it slaps, I'm going to keep it as that. But certain restaurants, it's not what you do.
Yeah.
And then when you got black people in there, like they've got all these microaggressions and whatever is showing up. And I can't make sense of the fact that I am at your establishment spending money and you are banking. People are doing free marketing for you because that's what TikTok reviews are. It's free marketing. But then we come in here and you treat us like shit. I'm not having that either. I'm not having it. The restaurant I went to yesterday,
I was literally about to say, can you just call them out?
it was a very stupid restaurant. Very, 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 very stupid establishment. Very, 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 very silly place. The food was dead. I got sea bass because it doesn't get safer than sea bass. It's a Turkish restaurant. I thought Turkish people could cook. The ones I've been to, they can cook. The sea bass tasted like under the sea.
Please don't say it was in Stratford.
No, it was in Finsbury Park.
Ooh. Okay.
No, the Stratford one, that slaps.
The one,
Because
yeah.
Do you know that today on my list? I'm gonna go back there.
It's my. I basically I know the guy that
Owns it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's lit. I went there a few weeks ago.
My sister even went there and she was just
It was
like,
nice.
they had a time.
It's so funny because when we were there yesterday, the girls were comparing their food yesterday to that because we were like, the one in Stratford slaps. Like we should have just gone there kind of thing. Got sea bass. It made me nauseous. It had no seasoning whatsoever. It actually tasted like ocean water. It tasted like actual fish. It was horrible. I sent it back.
That's good.
Look at God there. I got my food for free.
Thank you very much.
Got my food for free.
That's the next step, man. Look, you people need to normalize. See how I'm using the word normalize?
Oh, of course. Love it.
Normalize not paying for stuff you don't like.
Listen.
Yeah.
But you know what's so crazy? Because basically I got them to take it back and I got chicken wings. I said, all right. Because basically, you know how... So see, this is why I said as well, some restaurants are not cut out for this because restaurants, for the most part, yeah, they will make... If you can't have something, they will make concessions and whatever. Yeah. These people, all their grilled food, yeah, only comes with rice. As in, you can't swap it for chips.
No chips, no nothing.
It's only rice. And I'm saying, what kind of rice? What's wrong with the rice? What's the rice's expiry date? Because it sounds like you're trying to get rid of stock. That's what it sounds like. So when I got my sea bass, it comes with mash. Obviously, I can't have dairy and whatnot. I'm not about to be up going to the hospital again. So I said, I would like to, can you take that out and I'll swap that for chips? It's like, oh no, we can't do that. But obviously, it's a food intolerance. Exactly. I went to a restaurant in Mayfair not too long ago. What are they called again? Bacchanalia, something like that. Beautiful. It's the most beautiful bathroom there is. I've got a picture I need to post up. Most beautiful bathroom in London. But anyways, when I went there was a lot of the starters I couldn't have. They were like, oh, do you want us to make you something? Like, what do you feel like? We can make it for you.
That's the difference.
Do you get me? And then only for the food to come anyway is dead. So I got it swapped for flipping chicken wings anyway. Cool, that came. But then by the time we're done paying the bill, so we had to pay a deposit anyway. By the time most of the girls had finished paying, they were like, oh, your bill is paid. I said, oh, okay, well, this cost me £10 then. That's nice. But yeah, man, I think it's honestly time. Places that we're not celebrated, they don't respect us and whatever. And when people say that don't have good service, we can't be going there on account of bottomless brunch. What is Prosecco and cocktail? Is it what porn star martini ingredients do they have that no one else has?
Exactly.
I'm not doing it anymore. I'm absolutely not doing it anymore. There's too many of them that literally, like they move as though like black people are an inconvenience and like we're troublesome and we're like, all of that stuff. I'm not doing that, man. Yeah. It's a cause it lives as well. So every penny counts. Sorry. Let your business fail with that if it has to, but I'm not doing that foolishness anyway.
100%.
Yeah, man. That's the side of bread I woke up on. Everybody else good?
Yeah. No, I love that.
Yeah, love it. All right, well, it's still Black History Month. I'll be very honest with you.
Bro, you know when I was listening to the radio this morning, it was like, oh, but I thought, wow.
It is.
We've been here for a minute, innit?
We've been here for a minute.
No, and it was more just October's I didn't realize how long October is.
Month,
yeah.
It's a long month. I've been very real with you. This has been a long month. And I love learning about Black history. I've loved these segments, but I'm looking forward to 1st of November. Yeah. Well, let's get into it. Let's see what we've got today.
All right, people. So, again, like Esther said, this is the BHM Lest We Forget segment. And today we've got 2 countries for you, yeah?
Yeah.
So the first one is Grenada. So you guys know what Grenada is, right?
Mm-hmm.
My friend's actually there now.
Oh, is it?
Don't know.
She liking it?
For work, yeah, she's enjoying it.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well,
Can you send to her, please?
Oh, come on. I haven't even slipped and sled
Okay.
Not
today.
once.
Not once.
You look well rested though.
Do you know what? Can I be honest? You know, when I go on holiday, generally speaking, yeah, I've got ants in my pants. I have to do everything you can
There's
possibly
ants in my
think.
pants.
Everything you think of.
Yeah.
This is the first time in my life I did nothing. Like nothing. I just ate and sat still.
See?
So that's why we thank you, God. More of that,
Love
please.
it. Oh, I forgot to speak about composers.
Do you know what? You know how I flopped? I really thought it was yesterday. So I planned
Okay,
my
Gina.
flight to come, like,
Oh, Gina, baby.
no. And then I messaged Charlie and I was like, oh, yeah, so what? You got me tomorrow, yeah? He said, tomorrow, it's
Tomorrow,
today.
what's that?
I said,
Yikes.
sorry? He's like, Gina, it's today. I said,
A time was had.
no, I actually
Time was
flopped.
Big up them though. That's Black History excellence, to be honest with you. They sold out the Royal Albert Hall in 1 minute.
Come on.
And I looked into the crowd and it was, you know, sometimes no shade, but if it's you, pick up your shoes and lace it up. But some artists say they sold out. And when I look into the O2 boxes, it's spaces.
Yeah.
It's spaces.
It's because they don't sell.
and
They
it's-
don't sell.
Yeah,
that,
they don't sell certain parts. Do you know what I mean? But these lot sold out. It was overspilling. They sold out. And I looked at them, I was like, these guys are actual rock stars. You see how the white people be fainting for Kings of Leon and Take That and them?
Yeah.
They are actual rock stars. They did every segment, every genre you can imagine. I even said, like, they did it at my piano. I said, I don't see how the drummer is going to drum
Tell
at my piano.
He made it
Guess
work.
what?
He made it work.
He even had his different set of drums. They brought a different set of drums to the front so that he drummed to my piano.
Like a drumming man.
That guy,
Yeah.
I mean, it's like he needs a bonus because he was going. I was like, how are your sticks not even flying out because you're going so crazy? Big up composers. They did that. They were sick, flipping sick. So good to them. But Grenada,
Yes.
Lest we forget. Sorry.
lest we forget.
Well, Grenada, for those who don't know, is located in the Eastern Caribbean Sea, and it consists of the island of Grenada and 2 small islands, so Carriacou and Petite Martinique. It also consists of several smaller islands as well, which lie to the north of the main island and are part of the Grenadines, right? There isn't a lot of people in Grenada, right? Apparently, the estimated population is 125,000. That was as of July of 2021. The capital, St. George's, right? And English is the official language. However, locals do speak Grenadian Creole, English, and Grenadian Creole, French. Grenada is also known as a spice island. So it has a huge spice industry consisting of nutmeg, cinnamon, ginger, cloves, allspice, bay leaves, turmeric. All the spices basically you can find in Grenada. Historically, nutmeg has been the country's main export, right? But Hurricane Ivan decimated most of the trees in 2004, unfortunately, which devastated and messed up the entire economy. Nutmeg trees are slow growers as well, so that's taken a long time for it to recover. Everything about Grenada is spicy, and apparently they got a sick carnival there as well, man. So they got something called Spice Ma. I believe the S is silent, right? So Spice Ma happens every year in August and was born from the Mardi Gras celebrations, which is when the slave owners used to hold their own celebrations on the island. So the enslaved imitated this, creating some early traditions which can still be seen in Spice Ma today. So Carnival itself is founded from these customs, mixed with rich traditions evolving from their African heritage and colonial influences and rituals. One such tradition is one that we spoke about on the show before, Jab Jab. So the Jab Jab Festival, which brings focus to the African roots of Grenada and represents the resistance against oppression. So they got that there as well. Inspired by when the enslaved Africans saw the slave owners celebrating Mardi Gras, they would also dress up in mockery of their devilish white slave owners, right? This tradition remained after the abolishment of slavery, which then evolved into what Jab Jab Festival is today. And this is why you can see people covering themselves in oil, mud or grease and wearing cattle horns. Next thing about Grenada, they lay claim to the world's first underwater sculpture park. There you go.
Who's responsible for putting this flag in here in the document?
What flag?
The flag wrong.
Yes.
Oaks.
I didn't see the flag.
Was it a Nigerian?
Can we sabotage things?
I apologize, people. Next time
yeah.
I will double check before I look to just copy stuff over.
So Grenada lays claim to the world's first underwater sculpture park, Molinaire Bay Underwater Sculpture Park, that was created by Jason DeCare Taylor, and this was opened in May of 2006. It features over 70 sculptures, which is spread over 800 square meters along the seabed that can be visited on a dive or snorkel trips. Grenada has more to offer than just white sandy beaches. Apparently, they've got 18 waterfalls, and each waterfall has a different and unique name because each one of them is different and unique, basically, yeah? So, for example, you've got one called Golden Falls, which gets its name from the gold-coloured minerals that fall down the waterfall's rocks. It's also one of the only waterfalls in the world that has both hot and cold hot springs in the same place, right? The flag of Grenada, which, Brad, have you put it up?
Yeah, I've changed the one for Comoros also.
Okay, cool. I didn't put no flag in there, you know.
Who put the flags there?
I have no idea. I didn't touch the flag. But anyway, the flag, which Brent has now corrected. Huh?
Yeah. But I'm just thinking, did they just pick a random flag? Because when you type it on iPhone,
The right one comes up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've definitely got a saboteur in our midst.
Their flag's full of meaning. It was adopted on the 7th of February 1974, so that's their Day of Independence, right? And the flag was designed by Anthony C. George. The 6 yellow stars dotted represent the 6 parishes of Grenada. The nutmeg is symbolic of the island's primary export that we just spoke about. The yellow symbolizes the nation's warm weather as well as the warmth of its people. The red symbolizes the Grenadians' courageous and tenacious spirit. And the green represents the island's vegetation and agriculture. And Lavara Beach, have you guys heard of Lavara Beach? Or Lavera Beach? Basically, this particular beach in Grenada has the biggest leatherback turtle nesting population. So apparently leatherback turtle watching is very popular in Grenada, right? These are the largest reptiles alive, which have unfortunately dwindled in numbers because, you know, certain things are happening. But yeah, it's basically got to the point of like critical endangerment. So yeah, that's some of the facts about Grenada. Just a bit of history. So it was first colonized by the French in the mid-17th century, which resulted in years of fighting between the natives of Grenada and the French. During the 7 Years' War, Grenada was captured by the British and it remained under British rule until 1974, when it finally got independence. During the transatlantic slave trade, Britain shipped 3.1 million Africans across the Atlantic Ocean. That number does, vary from, depending on what source you're looking at, but around that number, right? Forcibly bringing Africans, for those who don't know, to be sold as slaves to British colonies in the Caribbean. And obviously one of these colonies were Grenada. Emancipation eventually came in 1834, which previously indentured people left to forge their own lives. With previously indentured people leaving to forge their own lives, creating their own communities and culture. And that's basically how we have Grenada today. Some of their notable food dishes. They got their national dish is called oil down. You heard of it, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, so it's a salted meat and vegetable stew that's made with coconut milk, turmeric, breadfruit, and callaloo. Sounds good, man.
I like that word. Callaloo.
Callaloo.
I love callaloo.
It's nice, man.
It's very nice.
That looks nice. It's very healthy.
My screen's still not working. Can't fix it. All right. Cocoa tea. This is like a hot beverage, stronger than hot chocolate with cinnamon and bay leaves. I feel like we have this back home, innit?
I was giving Milo there. That sounds a bit.
Yeah, that's
That sounds very exciting. It's like a luxurious version.
They got callaloo soup.
Okay.
Yeah, so the recipes apparently may vary, but you typically boil the dasheen leaves before adding coconut milk, a protein such as saltfish or crab meat or whatever, any of your choice, pretty much. And then you put in the okra, the garlic, nutmeg, coriander, and some other spices. They got what other country? You know, the other day I had conch.
Oh yeah,
I've heard about that.
Yeah.
it was a Caribbean one as well.
Yeah.
I think it was a small, littler island.
That's it. It might have been St. Kitts. Yeah, it might be. Either way, they got their own version as well. Thank you, Brett. And it's pressure cooked until tender. So this is like a lammy conch. That's that's pressure cooked until tender, slowly with onion, garlic, lime juice, peppers, and water. Apparently a big thing over there that they love to enjoy.
What is this? That's conch.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
It's an animal.
Yes. I think these guys said it was like a snails type thing, isn't it? Yeah.
Like a sea snail.
And they've got soup. Okay.
Yeah. Like it seemed like it's like a hot pot type thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is it Brent calls again? What's the one pot thing you call?
Pilau?
No, rice.
Yeah, that's the one pot.
No, the one that you say, there's another thing else that you say when you add everything into a pot.
Mix up.
No, but in Trinidadian language.
One pot.
No.
No, I'm trying to figure out what you're talking about. One pot.
I always like how you say it, but I can't remember what it is. No, okay, when you talk about eating roti.
Bus up shot.
That's it.
Yeah, that's not a one pot at all.
Yeah, it's my bad. I don't know
Yeah,
what's going.
it's our way of saying burst up shit, innit?
I know, but I just like the way you said.
Yeah, bus up shot.
Sleep.
They've also got nutmeg ice cream. Apparently this is a...
I thought that was slap.
That sounds nice, though.
That sounds
Nutmeg
nice.
ice
Yeah.
Because it'd be like a nutmeg essence kind of vibe.
Yep. They got... Again, I might be pronouncing this wrong. But
No other country has thought of ice cream. I like that. That's attention to detail.
yeah.
Give me desserts. Love that for them.
Cuckoo pois.
Okay.
Yeah,
So in
which
chicken.
is like a corn flour and vegetable mix that's cooked slowly until it binds to form a smooth, stiff mixture. So COU.
No,
and then
Google not knowing.
COU and then POIS. There it is.
Okay, it's like a wholemeal type of.
Yeah, we have cuckoo, but we have it more looking like this.
Okay.
That's what our cuckoo looks like.
Was that okra? Do people just eat okra like that?
No.
Oh.
But you can steam it, you can cook it.
And then just eat it like that?
Yeah, man.
That's hella slimy in your mouth.
But it's nice, man. The day after, when it is you do cuckoo,
Yeah.
you can slice it up
Yeah.
and then fry it. Oh my goodness.
That sounds like it'd be nice.
Oh my goodness. Amazing.
Is it soft on the first day?
Yeah.
Oh, so it goes harder the next day, you can fry it.
Hmm?
Never mind. Because why can't you fry it on the first day? Can you fry it on the first day though?
You can. but
Okay, you just...
Yeah. I choose to do it the day after because it tastes better when it is fried the day after.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Any food tastes better the day after. Once
That is true.
Yeah.
That is a word.
Yeah. In Trinidad, you have they sell pilau
Yeah.
on the day pilau
Yeah.
and yesterday's pilau.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Obviously, yesterday's pilau is more
Goes
expensive.
off,
It
yeah. That's it.
And well, just like Brent just mentioned, they got roti there as well. So they
Big
got
up
roti
them.
and they got sweet potato pudding.
Okay.
Yeah, so those are some of the notable dishes. They got quite a lot of notable people as well, you know, from Grenada.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's get into it.
First, I have to give up, respect and praise to Malcolm X's mother.
Okay.
She was born in Grenada.
Now all your leaders are really from here, you know.
I'm saying, man. So yes, Miss Louise Little. She was an activist, and obviously, like I said, Malcolm X's mother. Nia Long. So she's
Big
mixed.
up Nia Long.
Yeah,
Is this from Grenada?
yeah, well, Trinidad, Bajan, and
Thank you
Grenada.
very much.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, right, because he's
Okay.
in Trinidad first. Look at you.
Yeah, but lots of Trinidadians who have a Grenadian
Okay.
yeah, family members.
Hamza Chowdhury. You know, Brent? Footballer from Leicester.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Lewis Hamilton's dad.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, Grenadian father.
But isn't Lewis Hamilton by...
He's
What's it
mixed. Huh?
If his dad is,
Yeah.
he is too.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I was just specifying
Oh.
where I come from.
So when he said Hamilton.
Craig David,
Craig David.
Yeah.
Okay.
his pops.
Okay.
Joan Anim Ado is an author, playwright, and academic, and a poet.
Okay.
Daniel Dubois spoke about him on the show a few times in the reaction. The boxer. Jordan Dunn.
Okay, big up Jordan Dunn.
So she's a mix of Jamaican, Syrian, and Grenadian.
Okay.
George Harris actor, was in Harry Potter movies. You know him? George Harris?
Name sounds familiar.
Okay. Reece James, footballer. Lauren James, footballer. I guess they're related. Jermaine Williams, who's an American activist and politician. He serves as New York City public advocate. Amanda Sills.
Okay, Amanda.
Yeah, man. And
The little fighter she is.
and Aisha Hines, who's an actor on the Netflix show Underground.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people.
Next island, well, it's archipelago of islands. So is Comoros. So Comoros is an archipelago consisting of 4 main islands and numerous smaller islands in East Africa. So similar type of things, Grenada, but in East Africa, right? And the name derives from, it has Arabic roots. So it means, well, in Arabic it's Juzur al-Karam, which means islands of the moon, right? So the moon can actually be seen on their flag as well.
Yeah.
So the main islands, I'm going to butcher it, but in Gazija, which I think in England is in French, I guess, is Grande Comore, Mawali or Moheli, Nzwani, and Mayotte, or Mayotte, right? So those are the 4 main islands that make up Comoros. Capital city of Comoros is called Moroni, which is located on Grand Comore. Comoros is an African country that got its mixing stamp from Arab invaders and French colonialists. So it also absorbs the Islam religion as its identity, which is obviously a result of the Arab domination of the local people. There's less than 1 million people that live in Comoros. So 864,000. Yeah, man. And obviously, like I just mentioned, kind of the vast majority of the Comorians are Sunni Muslims. The country has 3 national languages, French, Arabic, and Comorian, which is referred to as Shikomoro by the locals. And basically, Shikomoro is a blend of Arabic and Swahili. And it has 4 different variants as well, right? So this is also one of their main languages spoken on Comoros. Comoros is known as the Perfume Isles due to their
Perfume?
Due to their fragrant plant life.
Okay.
It's a member of the Arab League, so it's the only country in the Arab world which is entirely in the southern hemisphere, meaning it's south of the equator. In 1997, the 2 small islands of Comoros, Moheli and Anjouan, yes, I believe that's how I pronounce it, broke away, claiming resentment of domination by the main island, Grand Comore. So they asked France to recolonize them, but France refused and they rejoined the Union in 2001. Since independence, which they got on the 6th of July 1975, Comoros has endured more than 20 coups and secession attempts. On average, a coup is attempted in Comoros every 2 years, which has led to the island being nicknamed the Cuckoo Islands. Imagine.
That's so cheeky.
Crazy.
The enemies are working hard, boy.
And 3 former presidents of Comoros were involved in a scheme to sell Comoros passports to fund development. Imagine. Yeah, so the aim apparently was to provide stateless people in the UAE, the United Arab Emirates, and Kuwait with Comoros citizenship in return for cash to help develop their country, basically. The scheme fell apart with an estimated $100 million going missing.
Yeah, but then... Oh. Okay, well.
Yeah.
Nah, that's just that.
We wish them the best.
Yeah.
Just a bit of history, though. Comoros has been occupied by different groups of people over time, right? It was colonized by the French in the 19th century and gained independence in 1975. It's believed to have been inhabited by a people of Malayo-Polynesian descent from the 5th to the 6th century and possibly earlier. Other settlers came from nearby Africa and Madagascar, and Arabs also made up a significant portion of the early population. The first Europeans known to visit were the Portuguese in the 16th century. The Englishman, Sir James Lancaster, visited Grand Comore in 1591, but the dominant foreign influence in the islands remained Arabian until the 19th century. This is when the French finally acquired the islands through a cunning mixture of strategies, including the policy of divide and conquer, which they use all the time. We know this, right? It's replete throughout Africa. And checkbook politics, which is a foreign policy that uses economic aid and incentives to advance geopolitical aims. That's a brief history of the country. But some of their notable dishes, yeah, and again, I'm probably going to butcher every single name on this, right? But the first one is langoustine a la vanilla. Yeah? Mixed.
Sounds nice.
Yeah, langoustine a la vanilla. So LANGOUSTINE, and then a la LA vanilla. So this is basically a grilled South African lobster in a creamy vanilla sauce.
That sounds nice.
This is their national dish.
Okay.
So they added like butter, olive oil, shallots, white wine, vinegar, or some other stuff as well. Next one is, again, I'm going to butcher this.
Believe in your sauce, man. Come on.
Let me try my best.
God loves a trial.
That's right.
Metzolola. Yeah.
You weren't none the wiser. That sounds
about
that
right.
Sounds great to me.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, so that's the first one. Langoustine a la vanilla.
Oh. It just looks like shrimp swimming in milk.
It's nice and creamy.
That's
That one
great.
looks better.
Yeah, but
It looks nice, man. Esther's very picky.
I'm ridiculously picky. So don't even.
Yeah,
I'm not the standard.
The worst food critic ever.
I am. I really am.
Sis said it tastes like the sea. It's seafood.
No, but
No,
why
I know
did
what you mean. I
reminded-
know what you mean.
I mean,
but-
Sebastian and his friends.
No,
Ew.
literally.
It's just.
Metzolola is a stew which includes plantains and coconut milk and seafood or meat as well.
That sounds
That
nice.
sounds good. So that's
I would like to see that.
apostrophe TSO and then LOLA brand. And the next one, as we're scanning that up, is Nketiah Futra. And this is a bread that's prepared.
Oh, okay.
I need to choose a different picture.
That doesn't look like a stew though. So
Let me choose a different picture.
It's like something.
Like a
It's got all the
stew,
ingredients you
rice.
mentioned.
yeah. We don't like to waste time on presentation.
No, we really. And this is why Marks keeps saying what he keeps saying about. Actually, this is Marks' people, them. It's Caribbean.
No, East African. Yeah, come
Well,
on.
I'll
sis.
be damned.
Yeah.
Oh, damn
It's
it.
like a.
Giving Marks ammunition. Okay. I think they're not quite united on what the dish should look like. So,
Very unique.
oh, yeah. Wait, take the camera off me, man.
Yeah, I'll try it.
You would try that?
I would try it.
I would. If
To be fair, it looks like oats with bits, doesn't it? Yeah, but the bits likes in oats is eggs. That's it.
What's this?
That's metzolola.
Yeah, metzolola.
Said it
It's a
sounds
stew.
delicious.
It's a stew which includes
So confused.
plantains and coconut milk and seafood or meat.
It just doesn't look like how it sounds.
Look,
it's like
this one looks nice.
It's like it's the wrong picture. That looks more like
That
what
looks
you've
nice. I could have
described.
like a bit of rice.
Is there coconut milk in that?
No, but the other one literally looked like milk. Like
Yeah, it is like literally just oats with.
yeah. This looks more like what you described. Like I could probably eat this. The other one,
I could have this. I'd have this side of basmati rice. That was like, I'd go off.
All right, so this picture is
Oh,
from a
honey.
site called Notes from a Messy Kitchen.
okay.
Yeah, so
So
they're trying to
presentation is not their thing.
at all, at all. Neither is cooking by the look of things.
No,
That
literally.
meat
That's
looks.
that's not giving. I'm not gonna lie. Sorry.
Oh, honey.
Well, Nketiah Futra might be better. And this is like a bread, right? So this is prepared
I love
using
bread.
egg, sugar, flour, yeast, water, basically bread ingredients. But it also has coconut milk as well.
They love a coconut milk.
Yeah. And basically the use of coconut milk or cream in a dish is due to the lack of a dairy industry in that particular country.
Oh, that's good then.
So yeah. Next
Oh,
one
Brenna,
is
you
It wasn't spelt for me.
okay. MKATRA
MKAT.
CRA.
space FOUTRA.
Okay.
Nice.
Silence is deafening. Okay.
I'll taste it.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I think
You taste
established
everything.
you to girl.
Put everything in my mouth.
Okay, I bet you do.
You got no
hoe.
boundaries.
Little hoe.
That butt.
Ski.
so dumb.
I hope they heard that.
Next one is Inafliton. I believe it's this sounds
It sounds how it sounds these days.
Inafliton. Let's go with that.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Inafliton. Lemay.
Okay.
So then INA. Basically inflation with the word.
Inflation.
With the letters jumbled up. INAFLITON. FLITON. And then Lemay or Lemay.
Is that?
Alright, start again.
It's not. It's called pass.
FLITON. Space LEMAI.
LEMAI.
And this is a traditional snack that's prepared using only breadfruit, salt, and coconut oil.
Okay. I'd give that a try.
Yeah.
Like tacos.
So basically, it seems like an easy process. The breadfruit is cleaned, peeled, and then thinly sliced, and then it's later fried in coconut oil until it turns golden brown and becomes crunchy. And then you put a bit of salt on it.
Okay.
Quite simple. Next one, mashakiki.
Nailed it.
Yep.
How do you know?
And this,
It's your local
tell you how
name.
to spell it.
Very.
MSHAKIKI. And this is basically seasoned barbecued meat. So that's basically the dish.
AKIKI.
Yeah. So the beef cubes are skewered and grilled until they're tender and succulent. And there's a marinade that is made up of like garlic paste, chili powder, grated papaya, turmeric, oil, lemon juice, ginger paste, tomato paste, curry powder. Yeah, it's got everything. Very flavoursome. And apparently they serve it with a side of grilled dishes like bananas, breadfruit, and cassava. There you go.
Okay.
So yeah.
Oh, that looks nice. I'd try that.
And the very last thing is pilau. So they got pilau over there. So yeah, pretty much the same as pilau everywhere, I guess. And it's a rice dish with vegetables and meat. Ooh, however, there's plant-based options as well.
Is there?
Mm-hmm.
Go you.
Not go you.
So they use like chickpeas and all that type of stuff. Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Got some notable people as well. I'll be honest, none of them I've heard of. But I'm pretty sure they were great people. There's a footballer from Millwall by the name of Jimmy Abdou. A footballer he played for Montpellier, Marseille.
Sorry, no.
And his name is Toifulu Maulida. There's a rapper called Roff, ROHFF, and then a musician called Nawal, NAWAL. Yeah. That's pretty much it.
Okay, well,
So
big up Comoros.
Yes, and Grenada.
And Grenada. Well, it's interesting to see what we will do, what countries we're going to do tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
People have been throwing their suggestions.
Yeah, it's true,
It's a
man.
lot of pressure you're under.
I apologize, guys. Some of you just won't make it because
Sounds like you guys Sierra Leone, I'm sorry. Sounds like you.
I think that we could continue it. If
Okay.
the researchers are up for it, because people seem to think that you are doing all of this.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, I'm just
Researchers.
correcting. I was just about to type the correction, but
Okay.
we have researchers. So maybe if they can, we could do once a week. Maybe we could do it on a Monday. We could do it on a Friday. Do you understand? Start the week well or end the week well.
Start the week well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think once a week would be nice. Let's just a bit of spotlight. Because I was thinking, didn't you hear me say I'm looking forward to 1st of November?
I wasn't listening.
I bet you weren't.
I wasn't listening.
Yeah, I think we established that from last week.
Sorry.
That's
Sorry.
That's okay. But I think that'd be fun actually.
Hopefully, we'll put it to them and see what they say. Because there's definitely not your man doing it.
All right, you're going in on that point.
Understand.
Definitely.
You shouldn't be taking credit for these.
Whose side are you on?
Fantastic researchers.
Nah, but big up our researchers. Our researchers they're the truth, man. Emojis wrong and all, they're the truth.
That wasn't on them.
The wrong guests.
Do you know what's so bad? That wasn't even on them.
That's on
sorry.
Yeah, man.
That was just Emmanuel.
Look at you catching strays. Sorry,
That's the
man.
thing,
That
and
wasn't
this
me.
is why
That
Brent
was-
said
My
it
bad.
definitely.
That was the link.
That's
link.
the what?
That was the link. The link that linked me to the guest was the one who made the mistake.
Yeah, you are the link that linked you. So, yeah. But no, real talk there. Big up our researchers.
Yeah, 100%.
We appreciate y'all.
100%.
Real ones. All right. Let's get into our headlines then.
Let's do it. Okay, so our first headline, Gaza's health ministry says the death toll amongst Palestinians in the Hamas-Israel conflict has crossed 8,000. Most of them women and minors, as the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu announces a second stage in the war after tanks and infantry pushed into Gaza over the weekend. So the weekend's bombardment, described by Gaza residents as the most intense of the 3-week war, knocked out communications in Gaza late on Friday, cutting off most of its 2.3 million people from contact with the world.
So scary, man.
I heard one guy just speaking, because obviously, I think now they put back the electricity.
Yeah.
But he was just there. He was like, imagine the family's just there in pitch black. Nothing. You don't know. You can't do anything.
That is so
and when
scary.
they started attacking them though.
This is
There
it.
was some attacks then. So imagine not know you're being attacked and you're in the dark, but you don't even know where you can run to.
That's such
Nothing.
it's such a disadvantage.
You have to stand there.
Yeah.
Because you don't know whether left or right is the way to go.
Sad.
Scary, man.
Sad. But yeah, communications were restored to parts of Gaza early on Sunday. Rights organizations, including Amnesty International and Human Rights Watch, had warned that the lack of communications in the enclave was hampering efforts to document war crimes and other abuses. Probably a strategy, man. Israel imposed a total siege, no food, no water, no electricity, on a Palestinian enclave of 2.3 million people in the wake of the Hamas attack in Israel on October 7th. Israel has allowed limited supplies of basic necessities and medicines to reach Gaza. Efforts are underway to get more food, water, fuel and medicine to the enclave, in which has been under intense bombardment by Israeli forces. Next headline, of course, related, but this brings us to London, where police have clashed, I should say, with protesters in London this weekend, as about 500,000 people took to the streets to demand a ceasefire in the Israel-Hamas war. In London on Saturday, demonstrators gathered with banners and posters and lit off fireworks and red and green flares. Crowds started to gather near the Golden Jubilee Bridge, holding signs saying Gaza, stop the massacre and free Palestine, end Israeli occupation. The event is thought to be one of the largest anti-war demonstrations in British history. More than 1,000 Metropolitan Police officers were in attendance at the demonstration, who warned the force would be vigilant in responding to crime. Several conditions have been imposed under the Public Order Act, including that protesters should follow a specified route and should not gather in a specified area outside the Israeli embassy. A Section 60 and a Section 68A authority was also put in place until midnight, giving police stop and search powers in the London boroughs of City of Westminster and Kensington and Chelsea. And the last headline, Met Police have been instructed to increase intelligence gathering activities at London schools in response to this Israel-Hamas war, ramping up concerns amongst human rights groups about the surveillance of children. So officers were briefed to increase their visible patrols at schools and engage with school staff in order to obtain information about community tensions, according to a letter sent to head teachers. In a document, the Detective Chief Superintendent Claire Kelland said that the results of communications between the police officers and school staff will be fed back to help our intelligence and information gathering. According to the Met, the aims of the increased policing activities in schools are to keep young people safe, improve trust and confidence in the police, and deterring them from criminal activity. The letter, which was obtained by the investigative journalism organisation Point Source, also said that it wanted police officers stationed at schools, known as Safer School Officers, to help to create safe spaces within education establishments in collaboration with school staff. The letter was addressed to the head teachers of schools in Wandsworth, in Kingston, Merton and in Richmond. And that's it for the headlines.
Thank you very much. Let's get into what you're saying topic of the day.
All right, guys. So today's topic of the day, this was given to us by our lovely mod, Oyimbi.
Spelling bee?
Yep. And basically, this is about a new initiative that's basically been passed in America, yeah, in California specifically, and it's called the Ebony Alert. So you guys obviously know about the Amber Alert, right? It's called the Ebony Alert. And in fact, let me get it out quickly. But the gist of it is that people campaigned for this particular alert to kind of be obviously put out there when a black child goes missing.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So obviously, as you know, there's always going to be people talking about, oh, why is this happening, this, that, and the third, things of that nature, right? But I'm going to read out a bit of the whole thing, basically. So unlike the Amber Alert, which can be used only for children under 18, the Ebony Alert can be used to help find people between the ages of 12 and 25. The range is bigger, right? Including those who are considered runaways. Also includes those who are human trafficking victims, and also boys under 18 as well. So somebody who was, helped to make this, come about, said, his name Bradford, by the way, he said, whenever it comes to African Americans, it's always some price tag, whether real or imagined, attached to whatever it is that deals with us and helps us improve our livelihood. Yet we find the money in the budget for all these other things, right? So despite the opposition, Bradford and other lawmakers were able to get the bipartisan support and they got the bill signed. So we're going to go into this. But the question is, do you feel like this is necessary? Firstly, on the surface, it may sound like it's necessary to you guys, but tell me why you think it's necessary for them to have a specific alert for black children.
I guess, doesn't it come from the whole idea that when black kids go missing, it's not taken as serious? Mm-hmm. Or black people in general.
Yeah.
It's very much overlooked. So it's kind of to not fix that problem, but to create and raise more awareness. I feel like if this wasn't the case, then this wouldn't have been brought up. Do you get what I mean?
Mm.
So it's like, I get it's a solution to a problem.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense. That's how I'm looking at it.
Mm.
But I do also see the other side of it creating, I guess, more division, so to speak.
Mm.
And it kind of, I think it can kind of create a bigger problem, if you get what I mean.
Mm. See, okay, yeah, Esther.
At the sound of it sounds good. But then when I think of how it is that black people are not really taken seriously by police, all that kind of stuff, whether they're kids, adults, or whatever the case is, I feel like I just can't help but think that if they hear Ebony Alert, it's just like, oh, okay. There might not be a sense of urgency. Because already when they find out someone's black anyway, there's urgency reduces. So when they know, they just don't have to get up from their desk this time. They're just, oh yeah, we'll get to it when we get to it.
Well, I guess the idea is, what they're saying is, in theory, of course, we know how things are in practice, right? But in theory, the same type of effort and resources that's directed at going to find somebody when there's an Amber Alert will be the same when there's an Ebony Alert.
Yeah, but what do white kids call then? What's their alert called?
Just Amber for everybody.
Asian kids. Everyone's Amber except black kids.
See, again, so this now brings up the issue. This is what I'm trying to say.
Because shouldn't an alert be an alert? Regardless of whatever colour skin is on the other side of the alert.
Precisely.
So you shouldn't, I think it's actually crazy now that you should need an Ebony Alert for you to take black matters seriously.
Mm.
You shouldn't need an Ebony Alert. If you had been taking it seriously, they wouldn't need to introduce an Ebony Alert. So actually introducing an Ebony Alert and you thinking this is a good idea only just speaks to your incompetence.
Mm. Mm.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
An alert should be an alert.
It should be. But the reality is, what they're saying is, I believe it's 39% of people that fit this whole missing situation, right? Basically, 39% of the reasons why there's even an Amber Alert is black children. 39%.
That's crazy, you know.
Crazy, right?
Where are they going?
This is it. But the police are saying, listen, whenever there's an alert, regardless, we don't care necessarily. I'm even adding the necessarily, but we don't care, period. This is what one of the police officers said.
Because they don't see colour, they only see blue.
Precisely.
And what they?
Precisely. That's all they see. They just see a child between a certain age. We need to go and find this person. So let's just say it is true, though. is the issue that there's issues within our community though? Because why is it like 40% of these cases are coming from our community?
Because that's a whole other thing. I think that there's a lot of trafficking going on that people are not talking about, because every day I go on Twitter, I'm seeing
Someone's
another black kid is
yeah.
missing. And unfortunately, there's this PR of, oh, the kids are probably like naughty and they've run away from home. No, they've not run away from home. They've not run away from home. Because wherever they run to, it's easy, you can get them. Do you know what I mean? No, there's kidnappings and such going on.
But do you know what was interesting though? So like, was it? No, it was this year. It was this year. One girl, like, there was a young girl who went missing, and obviously we all knew, like, the parents are like from Cenat, so we all knew her and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And this thing went so viral, it was crazy.
Really?
It was nuts, and they obviously found her, and it was just like she just was misbehaving, and it was such a.
But where did she go?
No, it was such a rattler because obviously I can't get into it.
Yeah.
But at the end, I just thought, where's the Arthur fist?
Do you know that must be
Like, I just wanted to. I thought
that must be the worst thing as a kid, yeah. Run away as a little joke. But now, because your parents are flipping bait, now everyone's in your business.
No, it was ridiculous.
This is why that girl faked. Actually, no, it's not. Let me not bring that up. The one on the motorway in America that talked about there was a baby. She saw a baby and all sorts. She faked a whole baby kidnapping thing. It's a whole thing. I can't remember her name now. Crazy girl. Then her story happened to go viral. Like, the whole world was searching for her now. Then she has to come home and make up this whole crazy. Remember her?
Yeah.
With a really good looking boyfriend.
Yeah.
I don't remember her. I remember her boyfriend though. But yeah, it was the whole thing. But I don't believe all these 40% of the kids are just misbehaving and away. Do you get what I mean?
I think it's definitely a thing though.
That's the thing. But I feel like because I don't know, man. They just don't want to take it seriously. So I don't think it's on the black community to explain that 40%. Because what was that? I saw something the other day. What did I see the other day? Something to do with police hitting somebody or something like that.
Was it the boy?
The boy died. Yes. So basically, his mum is reporting this boy missing for time.
Oh
Months
my
on
gosh!
end.
And the
Remember?
police killed him, and
The police killed him and gave him a burial.
Yeah. And didn't tell and the mum
And then
found out.
they just gave him a number. So basically, if you search in system, there's no records of this guy. But because they buried him as number 004. And the mum had to go then to the police had hit him or something, hit and run, something like that. Anyway, police killed him. They were aware they killed him.
Yeah.
And then they secretly buried him.
Yeah.
And his mum's been doing campaigns, my child,
Literally,
my child.
and
And
they
then they
knew.
were not taking her story seriously. Every time she goes to them, they'll be like, oh, we haven't heard anything. There's nothing, because they knew what they did. You only to come and find out that he's dead. Not only is he dead, he's dead because of the police. And they buried him under a number so he would have never been able to be found. So do you get what I mean? So imagine how many other stuff that happens. And I don't believe stuff like that is just a one-off. It must happen. It must happen. So maybe that's a 20-40%.
Where did we go wrong as
I don't
no,
know.
like
Tina.
let's just think about it, yeah. Because I guess it's because I'm not that way inclined. I always find this stuff quite bizarre. But I do sometimes think like, God, where did we go wrong as human beings? Because generally speaking, like with a lot of stuff that happens in the world, I don't understand. Like I find it so hard that people see life as disposable. Like it's not a computer game, right? And we're not cats. We don't have 9 lives.
Yeah.
So it's one of one.
Is that true?
But I don't know. Honestly, I need to ask a cat.
Cats.
Do they actually have 9 lives?
Are you talking about Nigerian cats though?
They've got more.
They're different.
They've got more.
But no, yeah, it's
Different
true.
breed. I generally sometimes sit there and think like, as a human being, like how is somebody else's life so disposable? Like
disposable, sir.
even like child trafficking, like an innocent child, you've captured for money. Like when anyway,
Sad.
different conversation for a different day.
sad.
But it's nuts.
It's crazy. Like they will never get that life back, and you just treat it as though like, ah well. What do you mean, ah well?
It's the same mentality that's furthering the nonsense that's going on in Israel now as well.
Yeah.
Because you think
Because
that
I'm thinking
people's
that,
lives
you
don't
know,
mean anything.
because whenever I hear those numbers, I'm like, are we deeping what those numbers are?
Yeah.
But then it's like they just keep going. Like there's just bodies everywhere, and I'm like, I know what you're just gonna, that is nothing to you. It's crazy. So yeah, so the 40%, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
And if it's 40% as well, shouldn't that mean that they should already be taking it seriously then?
Yeah. Well,
So you shouldn't need to introduce Ebony Alert.
well, maybe I guess it's just not working. Apparently, last year more than 130,000
No,
black children
No.
under 18 were reported missing in the US.
130,000.
Reported missing.
Do you know what I think as well though? Because if you're saying it's 40%, I honestly think anyway with the police and whatnot, they hear like not even just police, the world at large. Whenever it's a black matter, it's a black issue, it's a black struggle, whatever it is, we're so dismissed that I can imagine, and we've seen that many times, even in this country where black kids have gone missing and the parents have, and they talked about how dismissive the police have been, and oh yeah, they probably just da. Like we're just so dismissive to them, and I don't think introducing the Ebony Alert is gonna do that, because it's not about what category alert it is. It's about the mindset that again we're dismissed, that we're easy to dismiss, and our lives don't hold value. So it doesn't matter what you can call it, the reddest alerts there is. If they don't care, they don't care, and they don't care because that's how the system has been. We talked about it when the 5 times more ladies was here about even in the medical thing where it's like black people can feel pain, like our body. They were teaching in the medical industry that our bodies can tolerate pain. And that's still is a mindset till today. So the mindset of black reports to the police not being taken seriously, it's got nothing to do what colour alert it is. It's the fact that
this is part of their community. I feel like a lot of the stuff within our community, they see it as a community thing. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like it's their problem.
Yep.
There still is this massive them and us. As much as they try to act like it's not a thing, but that's what it is ultimately, right? Because they completely see us differently. Everything affects our community completely separate to theirs. So that's why it's not of high level of importance. That's how I see it.
What do you think should be more important to us? Yeah, because let's just say it is a case of them seeing them and us, right? But then with this scheme, they're like, you know what? Because there is an actual Ebony Alert and all of these unfortunate alerts where there's a missing black child will fall under this particular Ebony Alert. How about we assign a black team,
I was going to say that.
Right? To kind of do
deal
this,
with that,
right?
yeah.
But then if that's the case, could that then obviously further exacerbate the whole them and us thing
100%,
situation?
it will.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because it gives aggression.
This is it.
Yeah.
But would we rather then a different group, like maybe a mixed demographic kind of is assigned to that?
I think a mix makes more sense, just because if it is a predominantly black team, it is gonna make the gap even bigger because it's gonna be like do you know what I mean? And I can see it getting worse. It's just a shame because, like I said, this is clearly fixing us. This is a solution to a problem. Yeah. And if the problem didn't exist in the first place, we wouldn't have to have a whole different alert for us as a people. Yeah. Do you get what I mean?
But what if, because you said like it could potentially get worse, but will it get worse? Would it potentially then reduce their numbers? If we're thinking innately, right? Maybe just some, because of cultural bias, things we see in the media, white people of different, heritage or whatever, ethnicities, kind of don't value black lives as much. They kind of just see it as maybe this is a cultural thing. Maybe they've gone to stay with our auntie. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? One of those things. They don't take it as serious. If that's the case, what if, for example, I even lost my train of thought. Where was I going with this now? Damn. I literally can't remember. Just left my head. Anyway, I'll try something else. You said, for example, that it might make it worse. But why would it make it worse, right? If you've got black people who should care about black people.
I guess I'm looking at it from an internal perspective, yeah, and it making it worse in a sense of creating more division within the police force or the workforce. You get what I mean? Because you've got the black officers solely working on black matters, and then you've got the white officers working on whatever, and I can see it creating a bit more of a division. Do you get what I mean? Yeah. And then that filtering into the force. I'm talking from that perspective. Obviously, hopefully, it should reduce the amount of these issues happening. And do you know what I mean? But yeah.
Well, apparently, what they said is in 2022, a similar type of thing was put into law. But this was like an alert system for missing indigenous people. So people who have like, indigenous people,
Yeah.
American Indians, whatever, they may have had a similar type of situation. You know what I'm saying? Relative to their population in the country, maybe it was super high. You know what I'm saying? I don't know like how it helped, if it's helping or whatever it may be. But if these particular initiatives could be put into place long term, I guess this might be a good thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because isn't it maybe almost the same as just trying to get more representation in other areas?
I hear it.
All right. Well, I think we've kind of touched on
Yeah.
that.
Okay. Let's get into our next headlines.
Okay, so next headline. Housing Minister Rachel McLean has confirmed the bill to phase out some leaseholds in England and Wales will be included in the King's speech. So the speech is going to be on the 7th of November and it's going to be setting out government plans for the coming year. Ministers have long promised to change the controversial leasehold system, which has seen expensive fees imposed on homeowners. So the bill is expected to ban leaseholds for new homes, but not new flats. So in a social media post, Ms. McLean said the new bill would restore true home ownership to millions of people and end the reign of rip-off freeholders, I should say, and incompetent profiteering management companies. So Labour's Shadow Minister Matthew Pennycook dismissed the government's plan, saying, if this thing rule is all we're getting in the King's speech, leaseholders will have been failed. He said that Labour would fundamentally and comprehensively reform the leasehold system. The new legislation is also expected to make it easier and cheaper for homeowners to extend their lease and buy a freehold. It's expected to be introduced to Parliament before Christmas. However, making changes to the property market could be complicated and the bill could face a tricky journey before becoming law. Next headline, police forces across the UK are being encouraged to double their use of retrospective facial recognition software to track down offenders over the next 6 months. So Policing Minister Chris Philp has written to police force chiefs, suggesting that the target of exceeding 200,000 searches of still images against the police national database by May using facial recognition technology. He's also encouraging police to operate live facial recognition cameras more widely. Mr. Phillips said that advances would also allow police to stay one step ahead of criminals and make Britain's streets safer. The call comes ahead of the government hosting a global artificial intelligence safety summit this week at Bletchley Park in Buckinghamshire. A cross-party group of MPs and peers this month called for an immediate stop to the use of live facial recognition surveillance by police and private companies. The software uses biometric measures of a person's face and works even if the part of their face is covered. The live form of the technology captures footage of crowds and compares it with a watch list of wanted suspects, alerting officers when there's a potential match. You know, the type of stuff you see in Mission Impossible and on, like in James Bond and stuff. But it basically argues that AI could free up police times and resources, allowing more officers to be based in communities. Live facial recognition technology has already been used successfully, including at last month's Arsenal versus Tottenham derby at the Emirates Stadium, when police caught 3 wanted suspects, including one for sexual offences. Another wanted sex offender was identified at the coronation in May and sent back to prison the same day. So apparently it's working. That's what they're saying. And the last headline takes us to Kenya, where the president, William Ruto, has said that Kenya is to end visa requirements to all African visitors by the end of the year. So I think we spoke about this briefly, about them wanting to bring this into fruition. And basically he was speaking at an international conference, and he said, it is time that we realize that having visa restrictions amongst ourselves is working against us. Visa-free travel within the continent has been a goal of the African Union for the past decade. While there are regional deals and bilateral arrangements, progress towards no restrictions has been slow. Only the Seychelles, the Gambia and Benin offer entry to all African citizens without a visa. This according to 2022 AU-backed report, right? African Union-backed report. But according to Africa's Visa Openness Index, which measures the extent to which each country in Africa is open to visitors from other African countries, most countries are making progress towards simplifying entry processes and dropping restrictions to some other nations. In 2022, Kenya was ranked 31st on the index out of 54 states. But the president, like I said, was speaking to an audience in Congo, Brazzaville, and was basically saying that it was bad for business. He actually said that when people cannot travel, business people cannot travel, entrepreneurs cannot travel, we will become net losers. Let me say this, as Kenya, by the end of this year, no African will be required to have a visa to come to Kenya. Our children from this continent should not be locked in borders in Europe and also locked in borders in Africa.
I love that.
Yeah, it's a big up for the president, William Ruto.
I think it makes sense though. I do feel
100%.
like if you've got an African passport, you should generally be able to, like, I love ECOWAS. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the freedom of it. And that just reminds me.
Renew it.
Girl, it's
so stressful, you know.
been needing to be renewed. I flopped. You know, I booked an appointment, paid everything, missed my appointment in May, completely forgot about it. And I'm thinking, okay, it's that time. It's coming towards the end of the year. Like, sis, get yourself together.
And it's going to be a rush.
I know. Worst case scenario, I'm just going to have to fly again with it expired and then just do it when I get there. But I'd ideally just rather get it sorted out here.
What is ECOWAS?
I don't even know what it stands
So
for,
the
but
economic communities
of West
Africa.
West Africa,
and
yeah. So
States.
all West African countries, if you have that passport, you can fly in and out without having to have a visa.
Yeah. Did you say what it was?
Yeah. I think I got it.
What
right.
But then
say?
question,
Economic
yeah.
communities of West African states.
Yes.
Question. Does it only work for West African countries? Because when I've gone SA, right? So I've done it two different ways. Obviously, I've gone from the UK. So when I've gone from the UK, I've used my British passport, fair enough. And you don't need a visa. Well, I think that's changed now, actually. But when I've flown from SA to Ghana, I used my Ghana passport.
Let's say to Ghana.
It's a Ghana. Okay.
And I didn't get asked for a visa. I don't know. Maybe it's because I had both present, maybe. Because usually I fly with both anyway, just in case.
And I guess they wouldn't, at the time, question how you got there
No.
because of the British and you're going back home.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
maybe,
Fair enough. Okay.
Yeah. But within ECOWAS, though, within West Africa, could you travel with just a Ghana ID?
No, so basically, they made that announcement, and I think people got it wrong. I think what it means is you can travel in Ghana without a passport.
Yeah, passport.
So if I want to go Takoradi, Kumasi, like all those other cities, I wouldn't need a passport. I can use my card. But I don't think it works outside of the country.
Why would you ever need a passport to go within the country anyway? Because, why?
Fair enough. I've never thought of it like that because it's the same country.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is very true. Or maybe I've got it wrong because I do remember when the Ghana card, they changed the Ghana card and was like, oh, this is like now a form, like you can fly with it. But I've only like gone to Ghana with it, like from the UK. So when I went before, my passport, that's what I'm saying, my passport's been expired, boy. And when I left London, they asked for a visa. I was like, I don't have a visa. And I was like, but I've got my Ghana card. And they're like, oh, okay. They were really confused about it and made a note on the system. And then when I got to Ghana, it was fine.
See, it seems like everyone's kind of confused.
It's because the communication isn't on both ends, if that makes sense.
Because I went to Nigeria from Ghana with my Ghana passport, but it was expired. But I had my Ghana ID.
Yeah.
So then you should be able to travel within West Africa with it.
But then I think it's because you've got both,
Yeah, okay.
if that makes sense.
Yeah, anyway. But yes, that's it for headlines, man. So big up Kenya for, paving the way. Time to pay the bills.
I was about to say, you're not paying anything today. Let's get into Word on Road. I have talked about this young man more times than I would like to, but here I am. Cenat, who is a very well-known, streamer and stuff. Really good vibes. Like, he streams and he's streaming-wise, he's doing what he needs to be doing. Had Offset on. Offset is so much fun.
He is,
He's just so much
He
fun.
has a whole personality, and
He
I
has
had
a
no
whole
idea.
personality.
I didn't even know he had one. Not like that, but like
You don't
now
see
I'm
it.
seeing it more. I'm
Yeah.
like, I get it, man. I could be friends with you.
I
Like, you're actually a vibe.
He feels so, like, he's such a vibe. I can't imagine, like, what, I think, was it Cardi? I think, yeah, she said it, because she's like, when they argue, like, they just roast each other. That must be absolutely hilarious, because he is so funny. When he was roasting that little white girl on her little podcast, great scenes. But anyway, so basically, he's doing a stream here, and this is what I'm reporting on, to be fair. He's doing a prison live stream. Basically, for 7 days, they're locked up in a jail setting, and they're all in prison wear, prison attire, the orange and all, and they've got like prison guards there and whatnot. But it's literally a live 7-day stream. And he's basically been getting a lot of backlash. He's had a lot of backlash. He's the one who did a giveaway in Manhattan or something like that. And it caused a whole situation and stampedes and a whole thing. Police had to get involved and whatnot. And I think he's actually got some charges about that because you disrupted a piece of the land. So it was a whole thing kind of thing. So he's been trending for a minute. He's beefing Glorilla at the moment, but I don't care enough to figure out what that's about. So there's that. But yeah, so he's doing a live stream, and obviously people are basically cooking him a bit for saying that it's a bit insensitive to do something like that.
Why? Because people are actually really in prison.
Yeah, but I'm like...
Yeah, but most people in prison are there by choice, no?
And he's not the one, he's
no,
a
but
fake
you get what I
one.
mean?
Yeah, I
Like,
get what you're saying.
but bar the
did that.
few who are like, wrongfully convicted and stuff, most of y'all actively went and committed a crime.
Okay,
Like, you knew what the repercussions were. You
Yeah,
chose to be in jail.
That's an interesting take. I would love to put it on TikTok to see what happens.
No, don't you dare. No, but do you
No,
not
it's
understand?
lovely. I mean,
No,
I like
but-
the bar.
but do you
Most
not
people are in
understand-
there by choice?
No, but do you not understand what I mean though?
Yes.
Like, besides the, and this isn't people that were there for self. Like, you know
yeah,
what
of
I
course,
mean,
yeah.
man.
Yeah, but you did that.
You
and
did that. So, and
it's
most
the
people,
consequence of your actions.
and most of the time, when you commit a crime, everybody who commits a crime knows
Where
what
they're
the
going.
repercussions are.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? We're not. Do you know
I
what I
like
mean?
been here before. Well,
I saw. To be
I
fair,
like
yeah,
this.
I saw a thing. I need to actually watch the full video. It was very interesting, and it was one girl talking on the In My Opinion podcast, and she was like, it was kind of like clickbait though. So I don't know. I didn't see the full story,
Yeah.
but she was like, she was gonna go to jail for 5 years for possession of a firearm, right? And she said, obviously, when you think about it, like instantly people think, oh, who was you holding the gun for? Because she's a girl,
Yeah.
like it was a gun. She was just like, no, I went to Thailand for my 17th birthday with my friends, and I bought a taser because it was pretty, it was glittery, it was very pretty and sparkly.
Yeah.
So she bought a taser, and then she got a new car, but the car she bought, the person she bought the car from, obviously was wanted by police. So one day she was driving, and it was just in her car, and the police stopped her. And when they stopped her, they were like, "Oh, wrong person." She's like, "Yeah, cool." And then they searched the car anyway, and they found a taser. And they were like, "What's that?" She's like, "Oh, just my taser." Like she said, she was so.
That's so casual
She
about
was
it.
like,
Like, this
it
is
made
illegal,
her-
man.
She said it made her laugh because she was like, "Oh, it's my taser." They were like, "Sorry." And she's like, "Yeah, it's my taser." And they were like, "What do you mean?" She's like, I carry it all the time. Like,
Oh, not stitching on yourself.
and then they were like, and they were like, they charged her instantly. They're like, for possession of firearm. She's like, okay, you're being dramatic. Because she's 17 at the
No, but
time,
I'm so
innit?
shocked, you
So
know.
she's like, she doesn't understand. And I was like, I get it, but I don't know the full, I don't know if she actually went to jail or whatever, but like, that is a thing.
No, you
And I
got
say
to
that-
sing to the judge.
And I say that because when I did go to Thailand, my friend bought a freaking, one of these knife things. Like, you know when you go to souvenirs?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
And then we're at the airport now, and these times we're going from one island to another, so it's internally in Thailand, and then we're at customs, and it's a whole big thing because this stupid mofo has this like whatever, and they were like, obviously they would have arrested him and made it a big thing, but they realized we were tourists and obviously didn't understand, and I just thought, are you a child
Yeah.
that you went to go and buy a knife?
But a knife, though.
Like-
Like
But yeah,
in the airport. Yeah, sometimes people just don't know. But I feel like because I don't, you can tell I don't know by how I'm responding to you, officer. Let me off,
Yeah.
man. Free the girl.
literally.
But yeah, man, I guess people think that it's a bit insensitive and this, that, and the other. But I don't know what I don't know, if I'm being honest. Let me go on to the tea that I actually care about. DJ Akademiks is out here. I just find him so, what's the word? Pathetic. That's the word. That's the word. That's how they're pathetic. Because because he's also a streamer. I guess I've got a theme going on today. So he was live streaming and then started talking about the City Girls. So City Girls, their album came out 2 weeks ago, right? Cool. It's called Raw. Real ass women. So
Okay.
that's not what Young Miami tried to tell us, but anyway, that's a good version. But yeah, it's called Raw, right? And I like it. I actually like it. So with City Girls, obviously City Girls, when it came out, they like literally lit everything. Like it was different. Their culture, there still is a City Girl movement. I'll be honest with you, if they dropped all these bitches is my sons, I'd hear it because they really did start something, right? Then obviously JT went to prison for scamming.
Okay.
She came out of prison. She was in a halfway house for I think a few months and whatever. The day she's meant to come out of halfway house, guess who showed up? COVID, lockdown. Yeah. Then they had their first was it the first actual album that was going to come out. It was called City on Lock. Ironic, lockdown. I just got that. Anyway, they were going to have their City on Lock album. Everyone was looking forward to it. It was going to be sick, whatever. Guess what happened? Album gets leaked. So now, when album drops, the numbers are not numbering because it's been leaked and whatnot. That happened. Obviously, then they've been releasing singles since then and whatever else. They kind of gone a bit quiet as well. Young Miami is now rebranding to like Caresha. She's doing a whole Caresha Please podcast. Out here winning BET Awards. I'm going to get to that in a second. BET Awards going real bad with Diddy and whatnot. JT's here with Lil Uzi Vert with the little diamond in the middle of his forehead. Do you know what I mean? Like, so it's just been a whole thing with City Girls and whatnot. So they've got a new album anyway. The album promo, they didn't really promo it like that. I follow both of them. That's why I knew there was an album coming out. If I didn't follow both of them, I wouldn't know that they had an album coming out. And they talked about it. So they went on Breakfast Club last week. They talked about this. And they talked about it a lot. Because I was, when JT was in prison, Young Miami was literally holding it down. And sis was pregnant at the same time. And she was out here flying about the place, doing shows and doing a lot of stuff. Held it down so that when JT got out, they were still relevant. That was the whole thing. Free JT, that was the whole movement, right? Cool. So they talked about a lot of stuff. So this was JT's first time on Breakfast Club. Miami's been there before. Caresha's been there before. And they talked about a lot of stuff. She talked about the BET fight where she threw her phone at Lil Uzi. That was because Lil Uzi must invite his little friend. Well, not little friend, but it's just me being cheeky. But his friend to the awards show, right? This guy sat in JT's seat. But basically, Lil Uzi was like, oh, we need to go. And then didn't understand the fact that she had this massive gesture, say pick up and da-da-da. He's doing whatever he's doing. She basically did that out of frustration because she was like, as my man, you should have had my seat. Like, you should have been a gentleman, especially in public, sir. Don't embarrass me kind of thing. So that was the whole thing. So she explained that situation. And they talked about also as well, like they actually don't have management. Really? They don't have a manager. I was shocked to hear that. But what they've got a label. And on the signed with P, you also had Migos and QC, Quality Control. They've also got Cardi, and some other people that I don't know. But yeah, they're signed on the quality control. So a lot of their things, I guess, comes via quality control, but they don't actually have management. And I think she said they did have management, but management wasn't great. So she was even saying that even something like them coming on Breakfast Club a week after the albums come out is silly. They should have come before. Do you get me? If you see the way Cardi and even Megan were doing the tours when Bongos was going to come out, that was one single. So they were talking about, like, with them, it's always like a timing issue. There's always something. And obviously there's been a lot of rumors as well since Caresha's been doing the podcast about them breaking up. They addressed that as well and said they're not breaking up. And they were talking about, like, how it's difficult because people are always putting them against each other. And when Caresha's doing something, they're like, oh, JT's so lazy. Caresha's doing this. She's got a card game. She's got this. She's dating Diddy. What's JT doing? And it was just a whole thing kind of thing. Really good interview, in my opinion. I think it was nice to see a lot more of JT's personality. Also, Caresha is currently filming a, reality TV show, interestingly enough. And they were there at the Breakfast Club as well. It was so funny because when they asked her, like, what network? She's like, oh, BT. And then the guys are like, no, we're VH1. She's like, oh yeah, VH1 is great. Thank you so much. But then they asked JT, like, were you going to be part of that? She was like, no, like, she doesn't want to do any of that stuff. And she basically said how for her, she's been rapping since she was a kid. Rap is her. She wants to do music. All this extra stuff, I'm not interested. And so that's why, she was like, that's why it will come across as if Young Miami is doing this and this. But she was like, that's her interests. And we have different interests and whatnot. Anyways, right, Akademiks is streaming on wherever he's streaming on. And it's sad to say he just started going in on them. Talking about he feels like the City Girls are, they're done. He said how he feels that they were, he basically said that we as a society, we need to stop rewarding lazy, talentless people that don't deserve any of these things. Blah, blah, blah. That there's people that are working hard and don't even get opportunities. But here we've got, like, people that don't deserve it and are not doing work and are not da-da-da-da. He basically said that clout is what got them to where they are. And really and truly, they're done. They're done, basically. That's basically what he said. I feel like there was no need to go in on them the way he did. But then again, it is Akademiks. You know, it goes back to the P word I said earlier. But Young Miami had another P word for him. And I will tell you what that word is. Just give me a second. So she said, if the City Girls are over, then why a pussy and keep speaking on us? Pussy every interview. So that's that on DJ Akademiks, but I feel like it was very harsh for him to say stuff like that. I think listening to the interview was very insightful because really and truly though, like that's really what it's like with when women work together. I feel like men don't really get like that. Whenever men work together, there's never really a comparing and contrasting on that level. It doesn't appear to be anyway. But when it comes to women, it's like, oh, she's prettier, or she's sexier, or she dresses nicer, or that she's got more opportunities and she should go solo. She should go solo. Do you get what I mean? It's just silly, man. But anyway, big up the girls. I listened to the album the other day. It's actually nice. They've got really good samples on there as well. People are cussing the samples, but like, oh, they're sampling a bit too much. But listen to the album though, and watching the interview. The album is old, as in like it's not fresh stuff.
They recorded it ages ago.
Ages ago, because JT was talking about like some of the songs that they did that 2 years ago. But again, it's been about timing of releasing the album. So she was like, one of the most frustrating things about that releasing the album was just how long it took. That it was like at a point she was over it because it's just like, oh my gosh, like okay, another delay kind of thing. But I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Oh, and Young Miami she at Charlemagne very directly. So basically, I reported on this when Charlemagne, she won BET Podcast of the Year or something like that. Oh, no, Hip Hop Platform of the Year. And Charlemagne basically said he doesn't understand how that happened because Drink Champs was on there. What are they called? There's another podcast.
Oh, Gilly and...
Oh, well,
yeah,
what's
they
the
were on
podcast
there as
called?
well. I don't remember.
something
Worth a
worth a
Game or
game.
something.
Worth the Game, that's
sure
it.
they were
Thank
on
you very
there
much.
as
Yeah,
well.
Yeah.
Yes, that's it. And they were in the category as well. Breakfast Club was in there as well. But Charlemagne goes, no, I didn't think we deserved it. That's not fair. And Charlemagne's thing was basically that Caresha Please, which is Caresha's podcast,
$1 million worth of game.
$1 million worth of game. Thank you very much. Caresha Please is not consistent enough to have won that. And it's interesting conversation about consistency I've been thinking about over the weekend, right? So firstly, hip hop platform, I don't think that she should have got hip hop platform because yes, she's got a lot of hip hop heads and whatnot on there, but compared to Drink Champs, I've got like Kanye on there, T.I., like the legends, is different, innit? Do you get what I mean? But she was basically saying how she took offense to what Charlemagne said because she said people always try to downplay her efforts and how hard she works. She's like, I'm a hard worker and every single day I drop my kids to school. Because basically one of her son's dad passed away last year, and then obviously her daughter's dad is Southside and they broke up and whatnot. Going from Southside to Diddy is what flex. But anyways, so she was like, I'm an active parent and I work very hard to get everything I do. She's talking about like even her card game, Caresha Roulette, she got $1 million, I think in like 2 weeks or a week or something like that. She made $1 million in sales and stuff like that. So she was like, I work really hard for you to have discredited my efforts and my brand. He was like, yeah, but you're not consistent. And she said, to you, she said it's not a weekly podcast. And that made me think, because when we talk about consistency, we put our time on what we think people should be doing. Do you get what I mean? But she was like, I drop my episodes according to my plans of when I want to drop it. She said, if I drop something weekly, you're not gonna have enough time to take it in. She said, every time I drop an episode, I'm number one on YouTube because I'm strategic about how it is that I plan it, and I want people to take it in before I do the next one. She's like, I don't want to. She's like, there's anticipation. Yeah, she's like, every episode I release, there's anticipation for that episode because she always drops a promo. She lets it sit, then she drops the episode, and for like a week, sis will be trending. So she was like, this is my strategy. So you can't tell me I'm consistent. I'm not consistent because I'm not releasing weekly like Drink Champs. And she's like, I don't want my shit to be out every week.
I respect it though, because I think that is the good thing about that is creating exclusivity, right? I feel like when you give people too much of something, it loses its value. So I have the same approach with like classes and stuff. Do you know what I mean? I could easily teach a class every single week. I choose not to because I know that if I teach class every week, people are going to be like, I'll just go next week. I don't want you to ever have that feeling of I'll go next week. I want you to not know when the next one's coming, so I have to go.
Yeah,
it keeps people on their toes.
Yeah.
So her strategy is genius.
It is, absolutely. There is one platform there you can never get sick of it, no matter how consistent and how daily they are.
TDA.
That's
You
right.
can't catch up tomorrow. You missed so much today.
That's the thing though, innit?
People missed the Friday show. They came in to Saturday, Monday with me shouting at them. They didn't have a clue. You can't afford to miss a day.
No, for real.
Exactly.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
But I get what she's saying. So she was like, I feel away because you did this. You're discrediting my da-da-da. And he was like, yeah, but I thought, did he pay for it? She was like, that didn't happen, basically. Obviously, last year she won, innit? She won, I think, best podcast or something like that last year. And one could say that might have been sponsored by Deleon. We don't know. But basically, she said, yeah, but if Diddy paid for that, why didn't I win the VMA one then? And Shannon was like, yeah, maybe Diddy did have VMA money. He's such a troll. And she was like, he didn't have what? He's like, no, I'm just joking, whatever. But I thought it was a really good interview. I enjoyed the interview. I really like seeing a lot more of JT's personality. Like, she's really, really, she's just cool, man. The girl just wants to do music, and she's a sick rapper. She's such a sick rapper. So it was good, man. But their album is good. It's not like as horrible as people's comments were saying and whatnot. Anyways, what else is next? I think, the Earth. Do you know what? A lot of beef is being, order's being restored. The universe.
Can I just say something? Yeah, I almost shed a tear. Because I'm a grime kid. Anybody who knows me knows
I want to go to your classes know this too.
Bro, yes. I am a grime kid. It's very unfeminine. Like my cousin, you know what? I've got friends who always are like, oh, when you get like this, I just get so shy for you. But you know who's my ride or die in this? Beverly. Happy birthday, Beverly, by the way.
Happy birthday, Beverly.
Big up Beverly.
You.
Big up Beverly.
She is my sister in grime.
She's a hardworking woman.
So
hardworking queen.
I am a grime kid, and all I have wanted
is
for the forefathers of grime to reunite and come together. Yeah. Like, honestly. And I never thought I would see the day. They've been beefing for 2 decades.
20 years.
Yeah.
2 decades.
Years. I'll be honest, I was in denial by the time. That's my research. I said, nah.
I knew it was.
Dead ass.
Literally. So, thank you for putting, because do you know what? It's so annoying as well, because it's like, when grime was in its prime, if this had happened then, the amount of money and like career-wise, what it would have done for them too would have been absolutely crazy. Yeah. But I guess everything happens for a reason.
It does. But if you don't know what Gina's talking about, she's talking about Dizzie Rascal and Wiley, man. They made up. So Dizzie Rascal had a show over the weekend and brought Wiley out on stage, and it was good vibes, man. They hugged everything, and Dizzie's posted on his page, and so was Wiley. It's really, really wholesome, very, very wholesome stuff. But if context of what had happened was in 2003 they went to Iron Apple, right? Word on the road is that these rascals out here pinching somebody's bum in So Solid crew, right?
Allegedly, yeah.
Allegedly.
Who? Lisa Mafia?
Allegedly.
Okay.
Pinch the bum and whatnot. So Solid decided that was disrespectful, which I like that. 2,000 people were thinking of consent. Love that for everybody. Love that for all parties involved.
Did you say 2003?
2003.
Oh, yeah. No, this is...
Yeah, 20 years. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So basically what had happened was basically just fight. There was fight all over the gaff. Dizzie got jumped, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. But then the next day, the day after the fight, Wiley decided to carry on the fight kind of thing. And that is what Dizzie had an issue with. Yeah. That this was done, this had happened, we could have just moved forward. But instead, you kind of reignited the whole thing.
I think the stabbing happened the second day.
Yeah.
And wasn't it a case of he thought Wiley set him up or something, or had something to do with it?
I'm not too sure about that.
I'm not sure about that.
No.
I think I did hear that rumor though, but yeah, I don't think people believe that though.
Yeah, but 20 years, man.
But then,
so y'all were brothers.
But he nearly lost his life though.
That's the thing. He nearly lost his life. It was a whole thing. So in 2016, Wiley did have an interview with Time Out, the publication, and he talked about it, and he said the reason we haven't spoken for so many years, as in him and Dizzie, is because basically me and Dizzie went out one night in Ayanapa and there was some fighting with another crew. Then the next day I decided to carry it on. I didn't pull out a knife. I was just fighting. Well, after we started it up again, those guys came looking for us, but the person they found was Dizzie. The thing we done the next morning led them to go looking for us, but see him and stab him. Now I'm older, I can see Dizzie in his head will always be thinking, I know we got into a beef, I know something started, but you lot carried it on to the next day. If you had left it, I wouldn't have got stabbed. And he said that is the reason why me and Dizzie haven't spoken all these years. And then he had an autobiography as well, and he talked about it more as well. And he said that maybe I was naive, but I didn't think it was all going to be anything serious. This is all men, young men, all egos, pride beefing. Something happened, something else happened, and suddenly it spiraled out of something. So we lost Dizzie after this, obviously from the I'm about to say Rolling Deep. What's it called?
Roll Deep.
Yeah, Roll Deep. Oh, that's Adele. Yeah, so she was Rolling Deep. But yeah, and then he said, yeah, we lost Dizzie after this. It turned out that he was on his moped and ran into another group of boys from one of the crews. I wish he wasn't on his own when it happened, and I wish he'd stayed with me. That's all I wish, because if he's stuck with us, then it might have been a different story. But it's very, very wholesome, and that they are in a good place. Like, I love that for them. I love that for them. And because I saw that why are these back on Instagrams? That's good. Because usually whenever he starts a page, you get shut down. So
Yeah, because I saw him leave a comment, I think, under Mark's video.
yeah, verified and all.
Yeah.
So big up the boys, man. I love when people, make
so
up
he's
and
back?
I think so.
he
yeah,
is back, man.
I guess the overlords have other things to worry about.
They do at the moment. There's
No,
a lot
same.
on their plate.
I'm laughing.
There's a lot on their plate, Brent. Very sad news. Very, 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 very sad news. Matthew Perry has passed away, man, at the young age of 54.
Shaka.
Broke my heart. So if you don't know him, he was the famous Chandler Bing. Chandler Bing on Friends.
Funniest guy on Friends.
Yeah.
He's the funniest guy on Friends,
Yeah.
100%. Very, very sad, man. Like, it really broke my heart, man. It really broke my heart. But so basically what the story is at the moment is that he passed away, he drowned in his jacuzzi. Basically, right, life freaks me out. There's certain things about life that freaks me out. I found that in some cases, people predict their death without realizing.
Yeah.
Or sometimes people would pass away doing things that they love. And that freaks me out. Like the Amapiano guy that passed away on stage.
Yeah.
The
Kostic.
Yeah, Kostic. Yeah, he passed away on stage performing the song that made his career.
Yeah.
Literally just passed out, and that was it.
He had
Do you know what I mean?
He had an epilepsy.
Yeah.
Had
a fit.
on stage.
Had
That was it.
a fit on stage. There's other people that like they passed away doing things that they love. So his last Instagram post was him in his jacuzzi. And let me see what it says. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Have you seen someone have an epileptic fit before?
Yeah, it's horrible.
I'm telling you, man.
It was someone in my
Pull out
school.
somebody's tongue one time.
Oh, was it?
You did what?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
What happened?
Pull out their tongue from the mouth.
Yeah, because they can't. Yeah.
Remember the first time, where was I? Yeah, I was back home. I was in Ghana. Yeah, I was going to, I think it was like, what time of the day was this? Morning or afternoon? I can't remember. We're going to the canteen, long story short, right? And then, obviously, I got there a bit late. So I'm going there now.
Of course you did.
And because he said, obviously, I got there late.
Couldn't help yourself.
Sometimes you don't help me. Help you.
And I'm seeing like literally like two guys holding another guy. Like he's like obviously laid out type thing. And they're running. And I'm seeing them come past me and you just see all this thing coming.
Yeah, it's
It's like,
horrible,
what the
man.
hell is this? You know what I'm saying? I think, I was like 11. I think, what is this crap?
Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah, it's horrible, man.
It's very, very horrible. Very, very sad. But so his last post on Instagram was him in his jacuzzi. And it says, "Oh, so warm water swelling around makes you feel good. I'm Madman." And yeah, he passed away in his jacuzzi. So obviously he's been very open about his battle with alcohol and drugs and stuff like that. And that's why he's got that fluctuating weight on Friends. I spoke about it actually on Word and Road. I think it was when his book came out last year. We were going on Word on T-Day for a time, got up to 2 years. Crazy. But anyways, I spoke about when he was going to release his memoir last year and how we talked about his substance abuse. And a lot of times actually, like, it's funny because he's the funniest guy on there, but he was depressed and he was battling so much, and it's so crazy to think about. Do you get what I mean?
Can I be honest though?
Yeah, babe.
I do feel like a lot of people who are the most talented, who are
Yep.
the most whatever it is, understand that a lot of them have a lot of trauma,
mad.
and it's their way of dealing with it. It's their way of expressing it. It's
Yep.
their way of like. I know what I mean.
Yeah,
basically.
I know, everyone is- I get
it
what you
don't
mean.
come as like for me. It don't come as a surprise to me because
Yeah.
I fully get it.
It's sad.
Literally.
It's very sad because even like one of my favorite British female comedians is Catherine Tate. Flipping hilarious. Do you know she's in real life she's so depressed,
Oh, serious?
and I'm like, you are funny. You are ridiculously funny. Catherine Tate is the Catherine Tate show. If you've never, please, it's a British classic. It is good vibe. The Nan,
Oh my
the
goodness.
Nan.
The woman's funny.
She's-
though. The
It's
woman's
basically
funny.
her, and she plays different characters. And it's so funny. The Nan, what's that, the schoolgirl, what's her name again?
I don't know.
Lauren. And she's like, am I bothered?
Yeah,
I'm
that
above
one.
it.
Oh,
yeah, that one. Yeah.
Lauren is absolutely like she is so sick. She was even in the Office as well, actually. Office US. The later seasons, she was on there as well. But yeah, like it's crazy to me. So yeah, he's been very open about his battles and the things that he's faced, substance abuse wise and stuff like that. And they have said that there was no like drugs, anything like that found on premises. It is, I think what happened was like a cardiac arrest.
In water, innit? I was gonna say that's the
Cardiac arrest, like a heart attack, right? It's sad, man. It's just very, very sad. Of course, none of the friends. Actually, only Janice has paid a tribute. I'm gonna see if I can find it. Sorry, guys. She said, "Oh gosh." She said, "What the hell? Hold on." Okay, I can't find it, but she said R.I.P. and stuff like that. But yes, and his family released a statement as well, and what they said was, "We are heartbroken by the tragic loss of our beloved son and brother. Matthew brought so much joy to the world, both as an actor and a friend. You all meant so much to him, and we appreciate the tremendous outpouring of love." It's sad, man. So yeah, there's no drugs that was found at the scene, no foul play being reported. It might just have been a health situation. But there was an excerpt, or what is that word? I don't know what the word is, but basically from his book, right? And I thought it was so sweet. So he said, in his book, he said, "I've had a lot of ups and downs in my life. I'm still working through it personally, but the best thing about me is that if an alcoholic or drug addict comes up to me and says, 'Will you help me?' I will always say, 'Yes, I know how to do that. I will do that for you, even if I can't always do it for myself.' So I do that whenever I can, in groups or one-on-one. And I created the Perry House in Malibu, which is a sober living facility for men. I also wrote my play, The End of Longing, which is a personal message to the world, an exaggerated form of me as a drunk. I had something important to say to people like me and to people who love people like me. When I die, I know people will talk about friends. And I'm glad of that. Happy I've done some solid work as an actor, as well as given people multiple chances to make fun of my struggles on the World Wide Web. But when I die, as far as my so-called accomplishments go, it would be nice if friends were listed far behind the things I did try to help other people. I know it wouldn't happen, but it would be nice." R.I.P. to a real one, man.
Yeah, man.
And Warner Brothers, who produced Friends, they said, "We are devastated by the passing of our dear friend Matthew Perry. Matthew was an incredibly gifted actor and an indelible part of the Warner Brothers television group family. The impact of his comedic genius was felt around the world, and his legacy will live on in the hearts of so many. This is a heartbreaking day, and we send our love to his family, his loved ones, and all of his devoted fans." Do you know what I think I am glad that they did the reunion last year? Do you get what I mean? And even in the reunion, basically, he went viral because people were like, "Oh, he looks like he's ill. He looks like he's dealing with stuff. It doesn't look right. His words were a bit slurred and stuff like that." But R.I.P. to a real one, man. I was so sad. And just before I found out, I was thinking, I'm going to start, because I'm watching US Office. This is all I do. I just watch sitcoms. It's my piece. I just have to ask my therapist. It's normal, by the way. But I think I'm going to watch... You think that's my therapist? Yeah, I don't know how she deals with me. I was like, I'm going to watch Friends again. And it's going to be so different now watching it, knowing that he's passed away. Because Gunther passed away as well earlier this year as well. Yeah, so very, very sad. And none of the other Friends cast have spoken about it, which I wouldn't expect them to because we live in a normal world. But guess what people are doing?
Are they complaining?
No, they're in the comments on other pictures talking about R.I.P. Matthew, R.I.P. And I'm like, so... You just don't think about triggering people. And it's just wild to me.
People grieve things differently, man. Like, how do you not know that they haven't, like...
I haven't seen anything of them asking for that, but they're under their comments, under their pictures, on their personal Instagrams, saying R.I.P., R.I.P., R.I.P.
Yeah.
Like...
You know, it is. I think because they did such an incredible job with Friends, people see them as the closest link to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I guess they want to send that support to them because they feel like they'll be suffering. And
but I feel like sending you love or hope you're okay, that's fine. But I think saying R.I.P. Matthew Perry, spamming people's comments with R.I.P. Matthew Perry, that's so triggering. They're aware that he died. They would have been the first ones to, do you know what I mean? Like they're aware that they were family. What was it, like 10, 11 seasons, something like that? I think it was 10 seasons. Wow. That hits different. R.I.P. to him, man. That's really made me sad, man. And it's so sad. You know what it is? I don't know, man. With human beings, people have so many struggles in life, and it always makes me sad. This is like why I felt so sad about Mobad as well. It's people that have so many struggles in life, and then they just pass away before they're like kind of able to like conquer it or fully see like the other side of it. But I feel like he was great because he was a great actor, but also the struggles that he had, he helped other people with the same struggles, and that speaks a lot. That holds weight and that is volumes, and I hope that his family, whoever it is, can make plans to ensure that legacy, that sober house, that lives on, because that's a great legacy to leave. So R.I.P. Matthew Perry, man. And that is all from me. Oh, wait. What's your favourite Chandler moment?
Man.
Or your favourite Chandler season? So, like, was it when he was living with Joey? When he was married to Monica? Da, 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 da.
Do you know what? It's tough, man. I like Chandler for his like one-liners and
It's just so funny.
his timing. You know what I'm saying? And he does that in every season. So it's tough for me to.
I'm convinced that some of his liners, he made them up on the spot.
Probably did.
Because they were so like, okay. And sometimes you always catch that the cast laughing because typically they ignore him.
Yeah.
But sometimes they actually laugh because it looks like it's caught them out of nowhere.
And he just knows how to deliver it. That's
Yeah.
why.
I think what pops in mind. I liked when he got married. I never thought he would be the one to get married, not to Monica anyway. And I liked when they were gonna have the kids, like when they were gonna have their babies. It was very wholesome and just very sweet. Yeah. And I remember there was one time I think he'd been left alone with the girl that was the surrogate, and he was just saying all sorts of like foolishness. And it's just like, stop this! Like, what are you doing here, kind of thing. But yeah, man, it's difficult. But Chandler's a real one, man.
Definitely, man.
Brent, can you think of any?
Every single episode. This is why I don't understand when people say Ross is the funniest.
Ross is definitely up there.
Do you know what?
I wasn't
That's
a
nice. I said
massive.
the
I'm not gonna lie.
funniest.
I wasn't a massive Friends.
We're
I watched Friends, but you see how you lot are really in your bag.
Yeah, not like that.
No.
I only watched it for the first time last year, I think, or
Was
2
it?
years ago. Yeah, wasn't really my thing. That's
But
why
if I was to watch it now, I
sick.
probably would. But the thing is, I did find it funny, but just not like religiously to the point where I could even. There's
rewatch
random
it.
episodes that I remember, but not like you see how you're talking about your favorite Chandler season. I'm thinking, damn.
Yeah.
I had the box set. The thing is, I had the box set though.
Oh really?
Like uni days. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Chandler's funny. I mean, Ross. I only gave Ross another. I found Ross annoying.
Really?
I found Ross so annoying. He's just a spoilt.
He is annoying.
He's so annoying, Brent.
He is.
He's funny.
But
man.
when
Who,
he's
David
not,
Schwimmer?
because
I
Yusuf.
like-
Yeah.
But I'm gonna lie, I think he was my favorite though.
Oh, he's got my
funny.
damn nerves.
That doesn't count. You didn't watch it, so you can't say he's your favorite.
I said I did watch it. I said I didn't watch
Oh.
it religiously like you lot.
So
But from what I
she's
remember,
not dying for it.
I'm not gagging. But from what I remember,
I mean, you saw episodes.
no, I had the box set. So what I'm saying is,
Marissa, you're
I've watched
certified.
it.
Did you binge it?
Yeah, but
So you
like,
didn't watch it religiously.
you're not getting what I'm
I've
saying.
been-
Brent is saying you're not certified.
You know what? Regardless of whether I am or whether I'm not, nobody cares. The thing
Not your
is,
favorite. Chandler is.
okay, Chandler's my
That's what Chandler
favorite.
is, you know. You're right.
He's a bit of me.
Okay.
No, yeah, you're a Chandler.
Because of Bren.
But no, yeah, so I, feel
Chandler
like I
is-
only gave Ross I looked at Ross, I thought, let me see what Ross is about. Because I really don't like that guy. When Yusuf and Marks were saying, they're the best, I said, okay, let me give him a chance. And he's funny. Not Chandler funny, though.
No, it's a different type of humor.
It's Chandler, for me,
It's a silly humor.
pivot! Living.
Oh, but Joey is very funny though.
I don't
No.
I think Joey's
You
bad.
didn't
but-
find Joey funny.
He's alright.
Nah, man.
Do you know what? Joey looks to me, I feel like Joey stinks.
Oh, that's not.
No, not like he stinks the character. I mean, he
I get
smells like chicken. Because he was always harboring birds. And you must smell like the birds you keep. You must.
Oh,
For me,
man.
it goes Chandler. I'll be real with you. I'm gonna keep it real. Let me not be fake here. Chandler and Phoebe.
Yes.
Phoebe's
up there.
I don't put Phoebe
let
up
me be
that high,
honest.
you know.
Phoebe's
Phoebe
the goat.
is
Clinical.
hilarious.
When it comes to women,
Clinical.
I'm gonna say Phoebe is the goat though.
Phoebe is hilarious. Phoebe and Chandler take number one spot for me. Like their neck and they just. Phoebe is hilarious. Phoebe is her timing as well.
Yeah, Phoebe is funny, but
Flipping hilarious.
I don't put on a level of Chandler, you know. I don't think I even put on a level of Ross.
Nah. Ross is not. After Phoebe and Chandler, then Ross, then Monica, then Janice, then Richard. I fancy Richard, you know. Anyway, then Richard, then Joey. Joey was annoying. Joey was just.
Joey was the last for me.
Yeah,
what about Rachel?
Nikki's right.
I forgot
Rachel
about
wasn't funny.
I forgot about Rachel.
Russ was funny in a hopeless way.
He was, yeah.
Who was some of your favorite features?
Janice.
Okay. Yeah.
She's like,
Was she someone's sister?
No. She's
someone's girlfriend.
Chandler's girlfriend.
Chandler's.
Chandler's on and
The
off
one who looked
girlfriend.
like a witch.
She's like,
that
oh
one.
Yeah.
my.
She's from Jersey, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jordan. Yeah,
I love it.
she was from Jersey.
She's like Chandler Bing. She was.
I love
Funny
the Jersey
woman.
accent, you know. Like, I think they're elite.
No, she was like, do you know what I liked about Gunther, yeah? When Gunther fancied the hell out of Rachel, yeah? And then when Rachel was leaving for France, he finally gets the courage to tell her. She's like, oh, thank you. And he was like, yeah, okay. Just walked off. I was like, you did all of that, all them seasons. And when he bought that stupid, was that even a cat or dog? That hairless thing. And he bought it just for the sake that he wanted Rachel to fancy him. It was ridiculous, man. But Phoebe, yeah. Phoebe was like, oh, yeah. This was, you know, before my mum killed herself and my dad went to jail and then I would live in that crack house and then da-da-da-da. But yeah, man, it was a great day. It's like, what? Girl, what? What? Nah, Friends is elite, man. Absolutely elite. And you know when people have the conversation about they wish that it should have had a black character. I'm like, no. Sometimes I like watching white stuff. You know what I mean? Because it's white humor.
We don't need to be there all the time, man.
And to be
don't.
fair, we had our own black sitcoms.
This is it.
Yeah,
Like,
them.
literally, which I loved. Like,
I love
and
them.
to this, Marisha, sorry. Like, I don't think
Yeah.
anything's better than...
Multi.
When they brought it back on Netflix, I sat there.
What, Marisha?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix.
Oh, you mean old one?
No, as in like, yeah, but
As in
like
the
what I'm
full
saying, like
season.
when they
Okay.
literally put everything out,
Yeah.
Okay.
I've literally thought, oh my gosh, like, this is my childhood reincarnated. Like, what?
Do you know what's so funny? When you said that, I just clocked because the other day I was looking for the Parkers, but I just remembered I spoke about on Word and Road where they owe them money.
Yeah.
Oh, is that why?
Yeah, that's why they're not on there.
They're not on there.
Because they were on there before, and they're not on there. I want Living Single to be on there. I want to watch that again
What's Living
I
Single?
don't know what
with
that is.
Queen Latifah.
Nope.
I'm not saying that.
Didn't
That was
watch
really good. And he had what's that game? Kim Fields. Kim Fields, Queen Latifah. I can't remember her real name, but she was like called Maxi. It was really good. Really, really good sitcoms. I think they had like 5 seasons. There's a lot of black shows that really did the damn thing, man.
100%.
Love it, man. But yeah, man. Let's get into People's Journal.
All right, people, welcome to the People's Journal, where I give you the news from an economics point of view. So, this first thing may sound like wrong information. And the reason why I'm saying that is because, remember I was talking about Wilko closing down?
Do you know what? Yeah. They are such attention whores.
They're trying to survive, man. They're trying to survive. So basically, what it's saying is 5 Wilko stores will reopen before Christmas, yeah? So the 2 is going to be in like Plymouth and Exeter. I think there's going to be one in Northern Ireland, stuff like that. To basically sell all the stuff that they got, right? That I guess is still hanging about, right? However, on top of that, you know the range? So the range, they bought Wilko's apparently. So they're also going to be stocking Wilko products. You know, like certain Wilko products was Wilko
Oh,
branded.
yeah, had the
so
wipes.
exactly. So that's going to be in like in the range
Okay.
as well. And apparently what they're saying is they're going to be, anyway. So for the 5 stores that's going to be reopening, they're going to be prioritizing obviously those people who, you know, were made redundant.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it was something, right? But what confused me was that I read they're going to be opening up 200 new stores.
Okay, guy. Look, goodbye. As in, like, and the stores are going to be called Wilko.
I think so.
Like, are you
Unless
coming
I've
or
read this.
going?
Like, what do you, it's not faking a breakup. You know when you tell your man you're going to leave him? And then you see that he's not begging. You're like, all right, I'm just joking.
I want to make sure I get this.
Yeah, I guess you
Yeah,
already
so it said,
left.
in the next 2 years, more than 100 Wilko stores will be open across the UK.
Where are they getting the money from?
Well, I think because the range and that they acquired them and stuff. So they've they're trying to, I guess, resurrect them. And I think there was a few of their stores that were taken over by Poundland as well. So Poundland has taken over the leases of 71 Wilko shops and they're going to be rebranding them, right? The range owns all Wilko's intellectual property. and they did that for 5 million, by the way.
They sold the
The intellectual property part of it,
IP.
yeah. And so they own the IP and the website, the range. So yeah, man, they're going to be putting in all Wilko branded goods into all the range stores and online as well.
I've never seen a range store. Is that in this country?
Yeah, there's a range. There's a range in Romford. There's a range in.
What is that?
I'm thinking,
logo look like?
what's the range? Like, I've never.
It's like
It's giving them
kinda
Target.
yeah, kind of. It's
Okay.
kind of like Walker's. It's got all everything. So it's got like. It's even got an Iceland
I ain't
in,
never seen
in
this.
the range.
Same.
Iceland.
There's
They're sending nuggets in there. Oh, I've seen that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's
I
got bare
have.
things
I
in
have.
there.
I have. I
Yeah.
have.
I thought it was like a B&Q, a DIY store.
No. Although it's got some DIY stuff in it.
Home, leisure,
I know they've got
and
everything in
garden.
it.
There you go.
I think they've got everything.
Is
in
it like
there.
B&M?
It's got everything.
Yeah, like a home bargains.
Yeah.
If they've got Iceland in there, them wilding. They're just trying to get
Yeah, I
everything.
was surprised, man. I went to one, saw Iceland in the corner. So
They might as well speak to Topshop while they're at it. That's just crazy.
Bruh.
Get it all.
It's funny you mentioned Topshop though,
Oh,
because you know who owns them.
I knew that. I used to know this.
You mentioned them the other day.
Philip Green.
Not the name of the person, just the brand.
I used to.
A brand that owns them.
Who Topshop?
Yeah.
Arcadia.
No, they tried to.
Wasn't Topshop part of the?
They're part of it. Dorothy Perkins.
They were. Dorothy Perkins.
Topshop.
Top Man.
Yeah. What's that
Was
one?
it
Jane?
Willis?
No, not Jane. The one that's above Miss Selfridge.
Yeah, Miss Selfridge.
ASOS
And there's
owns
one
them.
more.
There you go, ASOS.
Well, now they do. Obviously.
ASOS owns them now.
No, but
I
it
thought it
makes
was a
sense because
collaboration.
they're on their website, right?
I thought it was a collaboration. I didn't know they owned them. But it's got some good bits. I keep getting Topshop bits on there. There are good bits on there.
Yeah. So yeah, ASOS own them. However, I bring this all up just to basically say, ASOS is trying to get rid of part of what they own. So it looks like they're trying to sell Topshop, the Topshop brand, because like you said, they own Topshop, Top Man, Miss Selfridge. What's HIIT?
Hit.
Is that?
It's
that's
a
what
sports. It's a sportswear brand.
Okay, cool.
I don't even know who they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on. It's on. Thingy.
ASOS.
Oh,
Got it.
okay. Yeah. So, ASOS got all of them in 2021 after a fiercely fought auction, which was run by Arcadia. So that's how they got it. So, yeah, ASOS. It looks like they're not doing too well in this particular area anyway, with regards to Topshop anyway. So it looks like they're looking to sell some of it. Again, like there's not much information at all. It's unclear how much ASOS might be trying to raise by selling it and all that type of stuff. Like literally no information out there, right? But yeah, that's what it looks like they're doing. A lot of their shares plunged 40% over the last year. 40%,
Really?
yeah.
Based on Topshop sales.
I'm not too sure if it was, but it probably is if they want to get rid of Topshop. But yeah, but yeah, this last year it's dropped by 40%. So yeah, it looks like they want to get rid of a big chunk of it. And the last thing I wanted to mention is another retail high street type thing situation, and Body Shop is potentially going to be bought by Aurelius.
Who's Aurelius?
Aurelius, they're a private equity firm. They own Foot Asylum. So yeah, there's some exclusive negotiations between them. So it kind of looks like they're kind of near the finish line.
Okay.
But yeah, Foot Asylum is one of the main businesses that this particular private equity firm owns, Aurelius. And yeah, long story short, they're going to be buying Body Shop. What they're saying is if the deal is completed, it's expected to value Body Shop much lower than it is currently. So right now it's suggested that they're valued at between 400 and 500 million. But if they go through this deal, they'll likely buy it for a lot less. That's what it says. But there's no exact price out at the moment. More information apparently will be ascertained on Sunday. But yeah, that's basically it. Aurelius, for those who don't know, acquired Foot Asylum just over a year ago. This is after JD was ordered to sell Foot Asylum.
So I didn't even know JD owns Foot Asylum.
Yeah, because of the whole competition regulating stuff.
Okay.
They got ordered to sell it, and that's why Aurelius jumped in and took it. They also own Lloyd's Pharmacy Group.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, they're doing their thing, man. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the People's Journal. Not much to talk about today.
All right, let's get on motivation on. Let's get into motivation.
always bear in mind that the people are not fighting for ideas or for the things in anyone's head. They are fighting to win material benefits, to live better and in peace, to see their lives go forward, and to guarantee the future of their children. Amilcar Cabral, Revolution in Guinea, written in 1965.
Is that it?
7.
Yes.
Oh,
Straight to the point,
You're
guys.
rude.
I mean, it's a big up.
sorry, but usually it's
Big
it's
up the
longer,
great
yeah.
Amilcar Cabral.
Yeah. It's for the time, which is we are currently living.
Word. Thank you very much. Let's get into our sorry, hold on, my words. Let's get into our last headlines today.
All right, so our next headline takes us to Zambia, right, where the former president, Edgar Lungu, has announced that he's going to be making a political comeback. So he retired from politics in 2021 after suffering a crushing defeat in the presidential election. But after 6 years in office, he left the country heavily in debt with a precarious economy. But he's coming back, man, and he's now aiming to capitalize on the growing dissatisfaction with his successor. So his return has long been anticipated, but this was like his first formal announcement. So he gave a speech speaking to all those people who were backing him, and this was on Saturday. Pardon me. He was speaking at a commemoration service to the former president and leader of the PF party, Michael Sata, who died in office in 2014. So when he was speaking to him, he said, "I'm ready to fight from the front, not from the rear, in defense of democracy. Those who are ready for this fight, please come along with me. I'm ready for anything."
Okay.
I'm so childish.
What happened?
I'm ready to fight from the front, not the rear. Okay. The bad self.
So yeah, our next headline. A man has been jailed for more than 3 years after blackmailing owners of missing pets and falsely claiming that he had their animals. Why are people so jobless?
Honestly.
Do you know what though? You call that joblessness. I see that as creative. Because sometimes some people scams. I'm like, how did you think of that? That's a smart scam. Obviously, scamming the vulnerable.
This is it.
But who would have thought of those vulnerable? So people are out here doing fraud on old people's accounts. He said, I'm going to go for the pet owners. And people love their dogs.
This is true.
So there you have it.
And this guy was 24 years old. So his name's Brandon Woodridge. And he basically would contact posters on the social media.
Now stop it.
Yeah. He was searching for their missing pets, man. Back in the days, obviously, you have to rely on those.
Put on trees and that.
Trees. This guy would do hashtags and find what he can. So he would lie. He would tell the owners that he was in possession of the animals and demand money for their safe return. So on some occasions, he even threatened to harm or kill the pets if the owners refused. Yeah, man.
Now that's where it's a crime. That's a crime first.
But one victim, who paid this guy £1,000, after he threatened to kill a dog.
But that's for a dog.
Mm-hmm. He received, that person, the victim, received a message from this same guy, this criminal, saying, "Now I can buy a new car."
That's
imagine?
rude. That's how rude, man.
But
then people ask for proof of life. Some of you deserve to be scammed. I'll be real with you. Because I would ask for proof of life for my cats. Let me see that that's the right cat.
Yeah, exactly. But he probably has like a 2% success rate. He must try so much and only get people who don't think like this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's sad because people are vulnerable with their pets. They do need their pets for company and such.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Yeah, another incident involving this guy. He demanded £1,000 from another victim.
That's just his number.
Yeah, claiming that the victim's dog will be shot if the money was not received. Yeah,
this one really dark. Very quickly. Oh, I'll put him in jail, man.
Yeah, man.
He only got 3 years.
Yeah, 3 years and 8 months.
So he'll be out by Christmas. Oh, okay.
As well as 2 months served consecutively for the theft of a young girl's wheelchair.
Why do you still have
It's just an
wheelchair?
overall
scumbag. Can I say something? He's jobless.
He's a deviant.
He actually is jobless.
He's been excluded since primary school because that's wild.
You didn't finish school.
You didn't finish school? Mm-mm. Why are you taking the girl's wheelchair for?
For shits and giggles.
Imagine.
Well, who's laughing now? Brandon. That's his name, right? No.
Brandon Woodridge. He was convicted on October the 26th of 9 counts of blackmail and asked for 73 similar offences to be taken into consideration. 73.
So this was his job. I want to see what he looks like, though. I really want to see what he looks like.
There might be a
he's
thingy
prolific.
in the link.
What's his vibe? Does he look like a cat stealer?
He must do.
He's got to. I feel like in my head, Brent, do you have a picture of him?
There's a link there. You might have a picture, Brent.
Because in my head, I know I feel like this guy looks like. Let's
Brown
see.
hair.
Let's.
There we go.
There he is. There he is.
I hate those haircuts, you know. Where it all assembles in the middle of the forehead like that. Why? I'll be honest, that's not what I had in mind. I thought we'd have like a bowl cut.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I didn't expect that. He looks like he's like someone I would see at the gym. He looks like a normal person.
Yeah. Maybe he does it on like certain days EastEnders not on. Just Google's.
Something to do.
Yeah.
No, literally.
On a Tuesday afternoon. Yeah, that's our order, man. That's not nice, man. People need their pets and it offers them a form of support,
Yeah,
comfort, companionship, all that stuff.
Damn shame. Last headline. Sad news, trigger warning here, guys. A man has died and 3 other people were hurt when a car overturned on the M4 motorway. The motorway was closed in both directions on Sunday as police dealt with the incident that happened on the eastbound carriageway near the Cranford Park interchange in West London at 11:39 in the morning. So Met Police, one of their spokespeople came out and said that one man believed to be in his 20s has died at the scene, while 2 other men had been taken to hospital with life-threatening injuries. A 4th casualty was treated for minor injuries before being taken to hospital. The post on social media also showed a car on fire at the side of the motorway as someone tried to put out the flames with a fire extinguisher. Another post showed firefighters dealing with the car after the fire had been put out. Sad, man. Sad, but yeah, rest in peace, man. And hopefully those who are suffering these life-threatening injuries will be better soon, man. But that's it for our headlines.
It's the sound of the police.
Reached 200 likes. Thank
Love
you very
that.
much.
On a Monday morning. Love that.
Much appreciation.
Energy
Much
crew.
appreciation.
10:40. Nice.
Big up y'all. Yeah,
But yeah, that's it for the headlines. Time to pay the bills.
that's right. Let's get into reaction.
You don't mind if I do?
Same for your
Are you going
husband.
to interrupt me today or?
You know, people actually are like Mark's work wife. Like,
Seriously?
that's a thing.
I know it is.
How my
isn't
friend
it?
refers to you.
Oh my
Said,
gosh.
okay.
No, literally.
And people
No,
get,
do
yeah,
you know
where's your work
my
wife?
sister said yesterday? She goes, Mark's really loves you, innit?
He
I was like,
does.
can you tell? She was like, no, I can.
That
Like,
picture where you're looking
It's
at,
that one. She was like,
you don't
no,
blow
it's
that
not.
up. That picture where he was looking into your eyes.
It was Beverly's husband, I said, Juno, when you were on stage, yeah, I just kept looking at him and he was like, I've never seen somebody because you was pissing your soul.
Now, he was so
From
proud
the
of you,
side
though.
of the stage. I was
But when
like,
you
yeah,
walked in, he
man.
was proper proud of you.
No, do you know how I know? It's the fact that when I came off the stage, he's the first person that literally ran and grabbed me and was just like,
Aw.
I'm so proud of you, I'm going to marry you. Yeah.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Where's the ring then?
Please.
It's
Is
coming.
he not gallivanting, being like a fat
No,
bat
he went.
this
He
weekend?
nah. First of all,
No.
no.
He being a fat bat.
He went ring shopping this morning.
This is
Sure
true.
he did. Oh, is that what you're doing?
Of course, I'm not. I
Wow.
don't understand what side I'm on.
You clearly
Give
can't.
me to the outro. I need some time to figure out what
No,
side I'm on.
you do. Okay, so guys, women in sports.
That's right.
So over the weekend, here are the results from the weekend's matches. I'll start with Friday's first. So Tottenham Hotspurs scored 2 against Crystal Palace, who scored 1. On Saturday, you had sorry. Okay.
We finish.
Wow. You had Brentford, who scored 2 against Chelsea. Arsenal scored 5
Arsenal.
against Sheffield
That's
United.
embarrassing.
Sheffield, were you in the building?
No, they weren't.
5.
Is Sheffield like a kids team or something? Is it adults? Is it grown
I
men?
don't understand.
As a
Arsenal.
grown man.
The professionals.
Or as Ghanaians would say, Arsenal.
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 Nigerians say Asna.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's no
L,
ER
Literally.
or L.
Arsenal. Bournemouth scored 2 against Burnley, who scored 1. And Wolverhampton and Newcastle both drew and scored 2.
Make up them.
Then yesterday, we had Everton, who scored 1 against West Ham United. Aston Villa scored 3 against Luton, who scored 1. Brighton and both Fulham drew 1 each. Liverpool scored 3 against Nottingham. And Manchester City scored 3 against Manchester United.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is why Marcus is not in today.
Do you know why that rattles me? Because I remember growing up here and Manchester City being like the B list, like the Z list team growing up in it. Like, and now to see them as peers.
But now that I see that though, that is exactly why Marcus is not in today. Because Marcus is Manchester United, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Shame has got him crippled in bed.
No, wow.
That's a damn shame. It's a damn shame, Killy. Hate to see it.
Okay, there's too many of these, so I'm gonna try it. So, Eddie Nketiah fires sensational hat trick as 5-star Gunners close gap to Tottenham. So Eddie Nketiah's sensational hat trick inspired Arsenal to a 5-0 thrashing of Sheffield United as Mikel Arteta. Is that right? Mm-hmm. Hey, you go, girl. Mikel Arteta. Sorry, I need a minute. Mikel Arteta.
You're so proud of yourself. You need a minute.
Mikel Arteta's side moved back with 2 points of Premier League leaders Tottenham. Nketiah leading the line in place of the injured Gabriel Jesus converted the opener coolly from Declan Rice's cross in the first half, then capitalised on a West Fordham error to slam home an instinctive second soon after the break. The 24-year-old saved his best until last, however, sealing his treble with a stunning long-range effort driven into the top corner after collecting Emil Smith's rose past 25 yards from goal. Arsenal rammed home their advantage when Fabio Vieira won and converted a late penalty, and fellow substitute Takehiro Tomiyasu poked home his first goal for the club following a corner in stoppage time, but the afternoon belonged to Nketiah. You go, my Ghana boy. You go. Okay. We are proud. Reading all these names and I don't know how to pronounce it, it's really doing my head in. Erling Haaland struck twice and Phil Foden added a number to give Manchester City a dominant Derby Day victory at neighbours Manchester United with the 3-0 win at Old Trafford, taking the defending champions up to third, 2 points behind Premier League leaders Tottenham. City had lost their last 2 on the road in the Premier League, but had too much for United side, who, despite a recent run of narrow wins and a spate of injuries, have issues to address across the pitch. If it wasn't for Andre Onana, who made a series of final stops, the scoreline could easily have been heavier. Haaland and Foden both scored hat-tricks in the 6-3 City win when these sides met a year ago, and 12 months on, the gap between the Manchester rivals remains huge. Diogo Jota, Darwin Núñez and Mohamed Salah were on target as Liverpool eased to a 3-0 win over Nottingham Forest at Anfield to cut the gap of leaders Tottenham to 3 points. Is it Jota or Jota, Brent, please? Jota, okay. Jota converted the opener for close range in the first half and celebrated with a show of solidarity to Luis Diaz, holding up the absent winger's shirt following the news of his parents' kidnapping in Colombia. Núñez scored a well-worked Liverpool second a few minutes later, turning home Dominic.
Why can't they just be like a David Jones?
Cut back after the midfielder had been played in by Salah on the right-hand side of the Forest box. The Egyptian added the third in the second half after an error from Forest goalkeeper Matt Turner, who came racing out of his box only to fail to cut out Dominic's long pass, with Salah taking full advantage to score his 10th goal of the campaign. WBC heavyweight champion Tyson Fury claimed a controversial split decision victory over former UFC fighter Francis Ngannou in Saudi Arabia. Ngannou, 37, put Fury on the canvas in round 3 after connecting with a left hook. But while one judge scored it 95-94 in favour of Ngannou, 2 gave it to Fury at 96-93 and 95-94. Fury's WBC heavyweight belt was not on the line. Speaking to TNT Sports after the fight, Fury said that definitely wasn't in the script. I got caught round the back of the head for the knockdown. I wasn't hurt. I got up and got back to my boxing. He's an awkward man and a good puncher, and I respect him a lot. He's given me one of my toughest fights of the last 10 years. I think that was a, what's it called?
Robbery?
Yeah.
You watched it, yeah?
I mean, I saw the highlights. You know, him being a fellow Gymshark athlete, I kind of had to pay attention. Yeah, he's amateur. Okay. Have you not seen all the drip? Everything he was wearing was branded Gymshark. Like, even his robe from glitter to... Yeah.
Okay, not the glitter, child.
No, like, they went in. The whole team flew to Saudi Arabia. I was like, you go, guys.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, he's an athlete. So
He did well, man. Like, nobody was expecting this. nobody at all. But yeah, man.
So what, you didn't think he was going to win?
No, not at all. This is the best heavyweight fire like boxer on the planet, Fury. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
He was never going to win, basically.
Yeah, he should not have been. It shouldn't have been close. It shouldn't have been.
But
close.
it was very close, so he done really well.
100%. He did amazingly well. You know what the thing is, yeah? Because it was one of those fights which I guess in my mind it was almost like an exhibition. Just have a great night type thing. I didn't try to score the fight. I was just watching it. At the end of the fight, I was thinking, who won this fight?
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was that close.
Because he's a UFC fighter, right?
Yeah. First time as a pro. This is his first pro fight. But the thing about him is, like, he just wasn't scared. And I think
And it's
that's
his story as well, isn't it?
Yeah. I like it, man. But he just wasn't scared of Fury at all. And I think once he knocked down Fury as well, I think Fury was hesitant as well to kind of not be too, like,
Relax.
aggressive with it as well, just in case he gets hit again.
Do you know what I think is good, though? Because that would have done major things for his confidence.
Oh, 100%.
I think I watched the clip here and he was saying how when they first started, Fury said something to him about, I'm going to take you to school. So he's like, when he knocks him down, he's like, who's taking you to school now, motherfucker? But the way he said it was so hilarious. Like, he's actually quite funny. Yeah.
He did really well, man.
All right, last bit of women in sports. Nottingham Panthers forward Adam Johnson has died after suffering a serious cut to his neck. Oh my gosh, I saw this. After a skate during Saturday's Challenge Cup match. Yeah, and there's even a video going around where you see it.
I haven't seen the video, but yes.
The game against the Sheffield Steelers was stopped in the 35th minute as a 29-year-old American received emergency treatment from paramedics on the ice. The Panthers said on Sunday they were devastated Johnson had died following a freak accident. Players visited Nottingham's Motor Point Arena on Sunday to lay flowers and spoke to some of the hundreds of fans who gathered to pay tribute. The Elite Ice Hockey League confirmed Sunday's matches across the UK have been postponed in light of this deeply upsetting news.
Yeah, sad, man. I saw a clip of the teammates going and put their flowers down. All of them were just in tears, man.
Yeah.
So he died during the thing?
Yeah. Apparently there was just blood all over the ice and everything.
How?
Yeah,
though?
something...
I'm not too sure. Did he fall over and then...
I don't know, but wasn't it about a skate...
Yeah, the person skate.
Yeah, just literally slit his neck.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying about people lying when they're doing stuff they love?
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
I used to hate ice skating before.
I can't ice skate.
I can't ice skate. You kidding me? I barely sound straight.
Yeah, literally.
Oh,
Damn,
can I
I'm
just
happy,
mention
man.
one other fight as well? Wardley versus David Adelaide, which they call Adelaide. But it was a good fight, man. But David just switched off, man. He switched off. Like, I was rooting for him, man. I was rooting for him, but he switched off. He got knocked out, man. Well, it was a TKO. It wasn't knocked out like cold, but referee stopped it. Yeah, there isn't much to it, to be fair. It was a good fought like contest. Loads of bad blood prior to the fight. A lot of back and forth and whatnot. But yeah, it was a fight that I guess would have done good like for both of these guys' careers pretty much, because both of them were undefeated prior to this. But Wardley, he edged it, man. So big up Fabio Wardley. He's doing well, man. But I do like David Adelaide, man. And hopefully he comes back from this. I'm pretty sure he will. But hopefully he gets opportunities to fight other bigger names as well. Because his resume isn't as good, but he's a good fighter. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Thank you very much. Let's get into our outro. All right, people. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it. Thank you for the likes as well. If you haven't liked the video, please don't forget to. It helps us, helps our algorithm, helps us grow as well. And I know you want us to grow because you're not witches. So please like the video. Subscribe to the channel as well if you're not here. If you're here every day, you're not subscribed, you're an op. That's what I have to say to you. You're an op. But yeah, follow us on our social media platforms as well. The Day After TNB on Instagram, Twitter, and on TikTok. And if you'd like to send voice notes and text messages in for your dilemmas, all that great stuff. Also, the number to call when we're live on air. The number is 075 6484 1073. If you'd like to inquire about the show or feature on the show, our email address is thedayafter@thenewblack.com. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Peace.
Peace.
Bye.